Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to the Southeast Asian Esports Federation Dota2 Championship 2021, brought to you by THAI-ESPORTS, sponsored by #esports. My name is Leon Arthur and I'm joined by Otomo, my good friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm excited to see this tournament, seeing all these regions, like countries playing the same regions. Very exciting to watch.
Yeah, so after 4 days of group stage battle, we are finally down to our final day. We will bring to you the third place matchup first between Laos and Myanmar. What do you know about these two teams, Otomo? You have been watching them battle for 4 days.
I think it's not exactly Myanmar versus Laos. It's more like Yangon Galacticos versus the Southeast Asia region, because Myanmar is just made of one team, while Laos is made out of Dreammaker, Aggressive Slayer, MY, as well as Motivate Trust, Jackie from Motivate Trust. So I think that's kind of cool. You have one team that's just made of one nationality, and another team that's just made of all sorts of different teams. So I think that'll be interesting to watch.
Yeah, so without any further ado, let's go into the draft and see what Yangon Galacticos and Myanmar have for us, and Laos have for us. So I guess for the boys from Myanmar, Southeast Asia fans should not be stranger for them, because they are, like you say, they are basically Yangon Galacticos, and a lot of good words have been said among them for them, because they are a team that is fighting for from the open qualifiers for DPC, and then they have been showing a lot of promises and improvement along the way as well. Do you like what they are showing in this tournament?
I've liked it so far. They've done well with it. It's always good when your team is just made of the same people you always play with. One of the things I was wondering about, though, and I'd like your opinion on it, is that if you have a team, who do you think is the player that you'd like to have a stand-in with? Like, let's say your team, you're gonna have to have a stand-in. You think it should be one of the supports, the mid lane, the carry? What do you think would be the best one to stand in for your team?
Well, to be honest, for me, I think carry probably is the best one, because normally you will want someone that is a temporary stand-in, but it doesn't disrupt the entire flow of your team or the planning stage. So I would say carry might be the best role for it if I were to look for an emergency stand-in.
I was thinking the same thing, because I always feel like it's 4 players playing together, and then the carry is just AFK in the jungle, or maybe that's just how it is in my pubs. It's always like that. So Mars is being picked. I think this is one of the most picked heroes of the tournament so far. Pretty decent win rate. I like what he brings in as an offlaner. He's pretty He can defend his allies against ranged damage, both with the ult and the bulwark. A good amount of stuns, good amount of team fight. Do you think it's always a good opening to start with a hero like Mars?
Yeah, I think so. I think Mars has always been the favorite for Southeast Asian teams, especially from Myanmar. They have been picking this for Lune, and also, this is just one of the better picks that gives you everything that you want from an offlaner, right? Gives you tankiness, gives you initiation, strong lane especially, and Laos. They reacted pretty fast. They went with the Clockwork plus Lina. I love this. Not only that Clockwork is one of the flexible picks that you can get for support, it also is one of the better counters for Lina. So I think with this, they show a lot of flexibility, and Lina can always ensure herself to have a good game, because they have technically removed the biggest counter from support role for the Lina.
Yeah, another thing about the Lina that I like is that we're seeing a lot of the mid Lina that transitions into the Silver Edge, into the BKB, into the Satanic. So she's always she scales really well. And looking at just the record in this tournament, Lina is the most successful hero by far. She has won 71% of her games. So and she was very popular at TI as well. I think the nerf, the -5 damage, the talent, it was nice, but it's not really, doesn't push her out of out being an incredible hero.
Yeah, definitely. I think that is just like a small nerf that Ice Road is forced to do, right? And honestly, I don't think it really affects Lina that much, because she's still her steel kit is still that strong. And I think the biggest thing about Lina is the range and the ability for her to lane. Almost no hero in Dota 2 could match up to her laning presence so far. And besides that, I think Myanmar, they went with the team spirit special, the Mars plus IO, and I think this is gonna give the Mars a lot of good time, and you can tell how much Myanmar they are really emphasizing on this Mars pick.
Yeah, I like it as well. And by the way, we can see that the ban from the Tidehunter, and in this tournament specifically, the all players are one of two. It's either Tidehunter or Mars. In every game we've been seeing them. So I wonder if Laos kind of figured that out. They banned the Tidehunter, forcing Myanmar to take the Mars because, like you said, Clockwork and Lina, they're good heroes to have in this situation. So. I feel like Laos has put a bit more thought into their drafts and their bans. Although the Bane ban is a bit odd to me. Do you think that's it's fine, even though IO's being picked already?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess they are really ensuring that Lina would have a good game no matter what. Because one of the biggest pick of Lina is her BKB timing, and Bane totally just removes that. But obviously, I do agree with you that it feels a bit awkward because you have the Clover for the Bane already, and then also you are seeing this IO. Although we know that this IO most likely will be a 4 to lane with the Mars, but IO plus Bane, not necessarily the best support duo that I would imagine.
Yeah. Well, even we're past the second stage of bans now, and Laos, they could like trick us, put the Clockwork 5, put the Lina 4. So I imagine they might want to keep that as an option, take some sort of offlaner now. And looking at that, I kind of like the Centaur, but Centaur versus Mars is not great because you compete, but you're still stuck in the cage, making it a bit of an awkward thing. The other hero that's possible would be Legion Commander. Mirana comes out instead. All right, there you go. That's the 4 and 5 right there.
Okay, so I guess for Laos, the next one probably they will want to get Mirana's a good laner to set up Mirana's arrow, something like a Sand King, something like a Slada. I think we'll see. Myanmar, they have to pick 2 heroes first. I think for Myanmar, their mindset of this game is pretty set. All you want to do is to pick heroes that are good to pair with the Mars and IO, because you have such a potent combo already, and they're such a strong lane as well. So it feels like probably they would just like to look for a carry or a mid that can be played with the IO in the mid game, something like a Gyro, something like and Ursa wouldn't be too bad as well. But I feel like right now they might want to get an answer for the Lina because so far they don't have any.
Gyro and IO, it's like, what was this, TI6 or something? But yeah, it's the classic combo, so it'd be cool to see it as always.
I mean, we have seen that a lot in TI10 too. It's just that the win rate was kind of bad. So.
Oh yeah, I was very surprised. Like IO was, I think he's like the he's most banned hero overall or something like that, but he did not really impress very much in TI10. I think his win rate was like minus 40% or something. Either way, yeah, I find it kind of odd that Laos is sticking to the range heroes when you have Mars in the game. Yes, Lina, once she gets her Silver Edge, she won't care. But until then, like a lot of the damage from, well, not a lot of damage, but some of the damage from the Lina and the Mirana will be pretty mitigated by the Bulwark.
True.
Love it.
Right, so
I'm big.
You love it?
Yeah, I love the Disruptor pick. I think that Thunderstrike is just such a great ability for harassing. Clockwork, if he hook shots and you send him back. Arena plus Static Storm is a fantastic combo. So overall, I love this Disruptor pick. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, it feels to me like Myanmar, they are set to play a very aggressive playstyle. Because first of all, you have the Mars and IO again. You basically can't really lose the lane. And then you snowball that with Disruptor plus and Kunkka right now. They are all awesome snowballing hero. You basically want to play ahead all the time, and you want to be running in your enemy's face. And once you develop the kind of momentum and tempo in the game, you basically just keep running at Laos all the time, and no one can ever run from the Glimpse or the X-Mark. So it seems to me like Myanmar, they already know what they want to do with this Mars and IO opening. It's just to play as fast as possible.
Yeah, and I love what you said about the Glimpse and the X-Mark, because I'm looking at it, you also have Relocate to bring someone back, so you can, like, X-Mark and allies in the back, you can relocate with IO. It just feels like Myanmar has a very global feeling to their lineup right now, and I wonder if they might consider taking something like a Spectre last pick to, sort of like give that global, like a complete global presence. We know that Spectre is not very popular this tournament. We're seeing more like Monkey King, more like Medusa, Ursa, heroes like that. But feels like she could suit the Myanmar draft. And Laos, they decided to go global as well with the Nature's Prophet, but still another range hero against the Bulwark.
Yep, exactly. And Nature's Prophet not exactly good against Kunkka, I would say, because Kunkka, once you get your tempo up, you one way to play the Kunkka is to go for the Shadow Blade route, right? We have seen some of the Kunkka does that when the situational is needed. I think this game, it is particularly good. Like, there is so many heroes that are afraid of the X mark, and basically Lina, Nature's Prophet, they want to be split pushing. So if Kunkka is able to hit the early Shadow Blade timing, I think he's able to punish this split pushing hero a lot, especially you mentioned about the global presence of Mars and Io. Oh, I think Kunkka is going to have a very good game in setting up skills for his team this game.
I feel like both of us are leaning more towards the Myanmar draft. I mean, I know I am, because one of the things I know that when we talk outside the game, I will say frontline is so important. And you look at Myanmar, you send in Mars, you send in Kunkka, you have a boat, you have Io healing. Look at Laos, who goes forward? Clockwork doesn't really want to be forward. You want to get a good hook shot, then so you want someone else to provide vision for you. Maybe the rocket is enough sometimes, but like Laos, Mira doesn't want to jump in. Lina kind of can. She has Satanic and BKB, but that's what, 30 minutes plus. So I feel like Laos will definitely have to take a hero. So I don't know I wonder if they're going to go for a carry on offlane, but either way, they need someone who can definitely be in the front.
Yeah, I don't know, because I haven't seen Jackie play the Nature's Prophet 1 before, so I'm assuming that this very well could be an offlane Nature's Prophet. But I share the same sentiment as you as well. Like, where is the one? Like, Clover obviously wants to go in first, but you have 3 range hero that is about to follow up to that. And when you are going in without BKB, you very likely is gonna get speared to the arena by the Mars. The counter initiation are awesome coming out from Myanmar, and not to mention the heal from IO too. So,
by the way, I love the Myanmar ban for Lifestealer. Lifestealer would have been amazing for Laos, because you can walk into the arena, you walk into the stack storm, you literally don't care about anything. But that means maybe Juggernaut could have been an option. He's not the same frontline potential, I feel like, as a hero like Ursa, for example, or Lifestealer.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just Juggernaut is a very situational hero, and knowing that Myanmar goes for the last pick, Phantom Lancer, Juggernaut could be a good hero here, going for the Moliere route to clear with the PR illusions. I think right now Laos is just they have a lot of questions to be answered here. Then they need to deal with the really tanky lineup coming from Myanmar, and now they have to deal with a PL too. It's not going to be an easy last pick coming from Laos.
The one thing you can say for Myanmar's draft, and this is not even a big negative, is that they kind of lack a bit of stuns. You have to. The Torrent has to be paired up with the X Mark. Disruptor IO, Phantom Lance don't have stuns. Mars has to land the spear. So in terms of stuns, they're not amazing. They're okay, but they're not amazing. That's the one thing you can say for Myanmar, that maybe Laos, if they take a Juggernaut, could be able to take advantage of that. Other than that, I mean, I agree completely with you. I'm looking at Laos' draft, and you guys have to have an amazing carry pick right now, or offlane pick, I guess.
Yeah, and not to mention that this carry pick has to be able to survive the Mars plus IO lane as well. And not a lot of heroes can do that in Dota 2 right now. I'm guessing maybe they would go for something like a Faceless Void, and then it just gives you the ability to set up for Lina. Okay, never mind. They go for the Nevermind's Pangolier, so this is one of Nevermind's most comfortable hero, and it's definitely one of the better hero that can deal with the PL if you get enough farm. So I guess we are seeing and looking at the Jackie Nature's Prophet as carry, which is something that I've never seen a lot, to be honest. And for the side of Myanmar, like you said, it seems that they got everything that they wanted here. Maybe a little bit lack of stun, but once the PL's diffuser blade timing comes online, I guess they can. It's a pretty clear game for them to keep running over and over into Laos, because they are running at a lineup that requires a lot lesser in cooldowns compared to Laos. And once your item timing is up, I guess Myanmar is really nothing much to stop them from keep running at Laos. Drafting wise, I think it's kind of obvious that both of us are leaning a bit towards Myanmar, but Laos, there are a bunch of they are a team with a bunch of very good players, especially Jackie boys, BB, and also Nevermind. They are they are no strangers to anyone that watches a lot of tier 1 and tier 2 Dota matches in Southeast Asia. So Laos, even though it seems like they have a little bit of disadvantages in the draft, I feel like they should be able to put out a very strong fight as well. So I guess everything really comes down to the execution. We'll get to see it very soon as we are about to jump into the game. So once again, big shout out to THAI-ESPORTS for organizing this Southeast Asia Esports Federation, and as well as the sponsor #esports too. We should be jumping into the game very soon. And not to mention, guys, what we are watching here is the third place decider match between Laos and Myanmar. What comes next is even more exciting because we have Philippines against Thailand, which is basically Motivate Trust against Polaris Esports. And note to you that both Thailand and Philippines, they have not dropped a single game throughout this entire tournament. So a lot of good games that is going to come to our way today. So stay with us and enjoy all these games together. It's brought to you by Leon Arthur and also Otomo. Unfortunately, Otomo is having a little bit of internet issues today because his internet service provider just hit him with a Omega surprise that there might be a maintenance today. So it was very unfortunate, but I'll try my best to bring you through this thing.
What weathermancery is this?
We are looking at a short pause here coming out from Myanmar. I mean, personally, I'm very excited to see Jackie's Nature's Portrait because honestly, like I say, I have never seen too much of it. Jackie, in my opinion, is always the Medusa faces sword PL player, the carry player that plays all these sort of very reliable late game carry heroes. So I'm very excited to see how this change of pace is gonna fare for him. And from Myanmar side, man, I think all eyes should be on this Mars and Io, right? This is the favorite. This is a favorite pair of off lane that Team Spirit has been running a lot in TI-10 and obviously has found it a lot of success, brought them all the way to Grand Final and winning the entire thing. So this lane really strong, especially once you get the armlet timing. Oh, I assume it is going to be a very tough time for Laos to deal with. So let's see how they deal with this very strong off lane coming out from Myanmar. Both teams are positioning pretty aggressively here in order to contest the first minute bounty run. Let's see if there's any killing that's going to happen here. Clockwork is dropping a very deep observer ward. Normally you want these kind of ops to kill some couriers, to look at whether or not the enemy pulse is going to stack. So that is definitely a very good ops for the Mirana, a hero that is amazing in sniping couriers. And that's the same thing for Radiant as well. They drop a very deep ops that often shows the position of enemy position 5, whether they want to pull, whether they want to stack, and they also block the small camp as well.
The battle begins.
And it seems like it is going to be a pretty peaceful minute 1 bounty run contest. Each side is gonna get a piece for themselves. Mirana on the other side though does get a reward very early on, so that is very helpful for him. 100 gold plus the XP, he's gonna hit level 2 very soon.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on
This mid lane is gonna be the classic and traditional Kanka versus Lina. Should be slightly Lina favorite, knowing how strong Lina is as a laner, especially against the melee heroes. But Young PH, look at him, he is already getting aggressive here. He knows that Lina is getting a lot stronger after level 2 with the Fiery Soul, so he wants to get some punches down while he still can. Oh, this is gonna miss. Nice dodge coming out from Young PH, and it seems like he definitely knows this matchup very well. Young PH is one of the very highly regarded player from Myanmar. A lot of Myanmar fans have been saying that this is gonna be their star player from Myanmar, the star player that everyone from Myanmar is cheering for. Let's look at the top lane. Mars not getting any last hit so far, so it seems like Jackie Boy is doing a very good job in zoning out the IO plus Mars. And you can look at Clockwork. He is actually the first one that is gonna snipe some careers here, so well done to him. And bottom side, Nevermind should be able to get some good time here, knowing that he's picked the Pango Lusk to counter the PL. But I think this is really a lot of this is going to depend on this laning phase, and we know, like Otomo said, Thunderstrike is one of the best spell for you to zone out the enemy position for, and Akido trying to get the arrow here, not gonna hit it, but Zorin, Fairy Fire, Akido using all the leaps to try to get his first blood, and Akido is gonna get it. Unfortunately, Zorin, he is not going to get himself denied to the neutral camps. It was a good effort though. Anyway, he managed to draw 2 heroes away from the PL. I guess in some cases that could be considered as a small win.
Hey, sorry about that.
Yo, welcome back. We didn't miss much, so it was just a first blood going the way to Laos. Other than that, looking pretty peaceful. Jackie Boy, on the other hand, got forced to get to TP back to the base, but this is a good thing about the Nature's Perfect safe lane, right? Whenever you're low, you can always just TP back to a home, grab some stuff, come back to the lane. Nothing lost at all. And bottom side seems like Zorin falls once again to the dual lane of Mirana plus Pangolier. It is not an easy lane at all for the Disruptor. Once you get out of position, can very well be punished. Oh, BB on the other side, making sure that he is always keeping Young PH as low as possible. And he has already forced Young PH to TP all the way back to his base with the X mark. Clover, on the other hand, also snatching the Valkyrie away from Kunkka, so Kunkka won't be getting the bounty rune to refill his bottle. And this lane is just getting harder and harder for the Kunkka, as you can see from the CS chart. Lina, BB's Lina has 9 last hits already. Can you believe that? It's just 3.5 minutes in and he has 9 last hits. Nice denies, I'm sorry. And it's 10 now. However, if there's someone that is having a good lane, there will be the PL and Mars. It seems like they are having a pretty okay lane. PL level 4 is already dropping a lot of harassment on Nevermind's Pango, so we can assume that this is just going to happen again and again in this lane. A bottle refill coming out from Akido. Never mind. So we don't see bottle anymore that frequent on off lane, but it seems that Nevermind knows that what he has to do here is to constantly spam out the PL, forcing PL to go to jungle as soon as possible. That's why the early bottle. But not gonna lie, this is something that we don't see very often anymore. Is he going to get punished by this? Yes, PL will get the last hit. Actually, it was Zorin that gets the last hit, so that is a nice revenge for Zorin himself. And also PL should be able to secure a free wave here for himself for the next one. It will push him to level 5 very soon, and the early PL gets to level 6, it is only to get better because he can finally make some rotations or revert himself back to jungle to farm more efficiently. So all you want to do on Myanmar's side is to make sure that PL hits his level 6 timing as soon as possible and get to the free farm towards his diffuser blade. And talking about PL approaching his level 5, we don't see any stacks here for Young PH at all, which is something that you might want to focus on if you are on the Radiant side, because Kunkka is one of the best heroes to abuse the ancient stack early on. We see this a lot whenever Motivate Trust picks the Kunkka for fillers. We always see that they will always make sure that there's a ton of ancient stack for the Kunkka to clear at level 7. So I assume that Myanmar would want to focus on that very, very soon. Jackie Boy having a pretty good time, but BB, just look at BB, man. Every time he has the LSA ready, he'll make sure he drops that on Young PH and making sure the Young PH is always low in status. So whenever Laos finds a chance to make a rotation on Young PH, it's always gonna be easy because BB is always setting up for it. Young PH though, nice torrent to cancel the Celerity coming out from BB. This level 5 Young PH is about to hit level 6 very soon, and that is the timing that Lina needs to be very careful. Once Kunkka hits level 6, the type will turn. And so far, top lane Mars is just having a pretty peaceful time, to be honest, for both sides. 25 last hits for Nature's Prophet, 20 from Mars. Atito making sure that he snipes the career away from Zorin. And that will be the aspiration for the Observer Ward. Never mind, meanwhile, trying to bring the Phantom Lesson down as low as he can. And because because he went for the border, so he's not having the Awe of Corrosion or even the Javelin that we see very often. So I guess this is going to take away a lot of harassment ability coming out from the Pangolier to the PL, and we can see the PL power tracks already completed, and he's just a wave away from the level 6. Once he hits the level 6, we should be seeing this PL relocate himself into the jungle for a safer farm. Arrow is not gonna hit on Young PH, so that will not be a kill. Young PH got the bullet right there. Another pause coming up from Myanmar. So let's look at how the game is going right now. The status quo looking pretty good for Myanmar, I would say. I think Myanmar, they are even though their 4 heroes can be played very, very fast, but they are very level dependent. And PL, I mean, this hero just comes online at the diffuser blade timing, so that would be around 13 to 15 minutes if everything is going fine. He hasn't died at all, so I would expect the PL to hit his timing relatively fast here. And I think once the diffuser blade is up, that will be the signal for them to attack and attack and attack. And let's look at the ancient stack. Here we got 2 ancient stacks for the Kunkka if he wants to go for it. Unfortunately, the dual support coming out from Myanmar, they are not exactly the best one in terms of rotating. So Kunkka hitting level 6 doesn't really mean a huge power spike to them because their supports don't really do rotations very well. So let's see how 1PH would like to approach this. Is he going to just clear the camps and look to relocate to the ancient stack? Oh, we hear Laguna Blade. That will be our Arcane Rune activated Laguna Blade coming from BB. What a solo kill there coming from BB. I did not expect that to happen at all because Young PH looks like he was pretty healthy, and what a nice arrow coming from Akido. Meanwhile, bottom lane, never mind, is facing a lot of trouble here. He's gonna use the ultimate here. He wants to go for PL though, but PL is already getting back. So the loading cutter is not gonna get too much unless he wants to go for more. Never mind. You're a crazy man. Is he going to pay for this? Or is he going to get out? It seems like he will be able to get out. So a lot of spells getting thrown down, but no one dies, and I think that is just a pretty good news for Myanmar, right? You force the Pangolier to use his ultimate, but you don't drop anything. So PL gets to farm another free wave for himself too. Akido is trying to fish for arrow target. He's not gonna get Zorin. But nevertheless, this looks like a pretty good start for Laos already. 4-1. Everyone on their side is farming pretty well. However, PL is going to be a big concern here for Laos because PL is basically left unchecked at all. And Young PH, his tempo is not exactly the best. BB making a rotation here to the top lane. Learn, he has to get out of this. Unless... No! Oh, the battery assault. It expires. It was quite an unlucky one for my nailer. He wasn't able to use the cord to push back the Mars as well. And meanwhile, good job by Akido for securing the rune, denying that from Young PH. Young PH is gonna just steal the small camp away from Laos, whereas Jackie Boy is already getting to the jungle, doesn't want to stay in the lane at all. Clockwork, getting speared to the core. Do they have enough damage for this? No, BB says, I'm gonna bring you down first. Zorin will fall. Zorin is already not having a very good game. Disruptor is rather squishy, and when you're facing against hero that can get on top of you, it feels just very bad. You know, you have to be aware of the Nature's Prophet teleporting to you, Cloudra hulking to you, and also the Rolling Thunder running at you. Ah, this is such a tough Disruptor game.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
2k goal lead for Laos as they've taken down the first tier 1 tower for themselves. This is gonna allow them to open up the map a lot more. PL try to harass Nevermind a little bit to force him out of the lane. But Nevermind with the 2 border charges, he should be fine. Wrath of Nature coming out from Jackie, but that's not gonna do too much. It's just a way to help him accelerate his farm. And he's going for the Witchblade first item, so nothing like Orchid, nothing like Maelstrom, is going for the pure damage, pure right click output. So it looks like Nature's Prophet wants to join fight as soon as possible, and also, not to mention, Wishblade is one of the better items you can get on the Nature's Prophet to help you farm the ancient stacks too. Mars is going for the Blink Dagger, so nothing like the collapse Armlet Rush that we are seeing here coming here from Lun. He's gonna go for the rather selfless build, and more of the common build that we have seen all over the time on Mars. Facebook soaring into a dagger. He is looking to control the tempo for his team so that it release some of the pressure for the Kunkka to always be the one making stuff happen. However, we haven't seen any arena usage so far from Lun. He's gonna spear back Clockwork. Oh, Clockwork! Getting stick on by the PL, but PL doesn't have Diffuser Blade just yet. So he should be fine. Lun is thinking if he wants to drop the arena, nah, that won't be necessary as his spear is coming back online. And seems like this is a 3-man rotation coming out from Myanmar. They look to bring down this tier 1 tower for themselves with the help of the catapult. The Wrath of Nature is already preemptively used to clear most of the creeps here on the top lane. So very good job and awareness coming out from Jack boys. Lun is gonna tank a little bit tower damage here, and seems that Laos they don't want to give this tower for free at all. Moonlight Shadow is activated. Oh, Phantom Lancer, he has to be careful here. It seems like he feels like something is coming to him because no one is showing on the map. He's gonna get Clockwork. Poke? Oh no! The Cop pushes the PL out. Akito doesn't have any mana for leap yet. So Lun is gonna stay alive for a while. Here comes the Ring Thunder coming up, never mind. BB, he doesn't have any mana for Laguna Blade, so Lun looks like he's gonna be completely okay. Young PH, he spotted his next target. Clockwork is about to go down. Can they get this last hit to PL? And they will. It means that this Diffuser play timing is just gonna get a lot faster right now, with PL getting some extra kills to his name. We have already seen the double blade of Alacrity on the PL, so I assume that this Diffuser blade is coming on probably 1 to 2 minutes time. And it seems like Laos, they still want to defend this tower. They have emotionally attached and invested into defending this tower. Nevermind showed up himself. The arrow is not gonna hit. Nevermind got pinned into the tree by Lun. Here comes the Static Storm, but he's not hitting anyone. Jackie boy, what are you doing here, my man? He's gonna fall down, isn't he? Yes, he's gonna fall down. PL falls down as well to the Laguna Blade. Here comes BB cleaning up the map. He will get double kill for himself. Young PH though, is he going to be the next one to fall? BB really looking hard to hit the LSA. He is not gonna hit it. Akito looks like he's in a lot of trouble. Young PH getting healed by the PL. Triple kill by BB as he brings down the PL, as he brings down the IO. And he's gonna get glimpsed away by the Disruptor. Young PH is trying his best to get out here, but never mind. Oh, he's so close! Yes, he got hit by the Roaring Thunder. Never mind, what a clutch player. And PL is gonna fall. BB gets 4. He contributed 4 kills with this one rotation and defense to the top lane. And most importantly, they get the deny on the tower as well. What a call coming out from Laos. I thought that Jet Boys dropping there is big for them, but he's just sacrificing, making space for BB to clean everything up. And once he's respawned, he's immediately looking to pressure the mid tower. So what a beautiful sequence of event coming out from Laos. Myanmar, from winning that really hard to losing that quite a bit actually. As you can see from the net worth, Lina and Nature's Prophet, both of them are on top of the net worth chart right now, and they are putting quite a marginal ahead of the Lina and the Nature's Prophet. Lina very smartly go for BKB like what we mentioned in the drafting phase. BKB is the biggest pick of this hero, and once the BKB is up, she will be feeling she will be feeling at ease to join all these team fights, because most of the damage coming out from Myanmar, they are all magical damage. And BKB is gonna help her have a free reign in the team fights that she's about to go. So I would say Laos, they will probably have a very good time once the BKB hits. But right now they should look to be a little bit in inactive here and wait for the BKB timing to be up. The dual core timing is very strong here because Nature's Prophet is also another hero that doesn't necessarily require a lot of net worth to fight. Once he hits the Witchblade, he is pretty strong, and when he's not fighting, he's farming very efficiently with the teleportation and all the trends as well that he can summon. So I think we can expect that Laos is just gonna keep building up their net worth lead from now on. Never mind on Pangolier, he's doing a very good job in defending the lane as well. He's one of the best heroes to deal with the lane. He has the Maelstrom online right now, so not only that he can push this wave out very fast, he can also deal with the illusions in a pretty good manner too. I'm looking forward to see if Nature's Prophet is gonna build the Maelstrom for himself, and seems like he's queuing for it already. BB. He doesn't have U Scepter to dodge the bolt, and he's gonna get all the way converted. Okay, that was an interesting one. But she doesn't have the BKB just yet, so she's gonna fall to that. That's a very good punishment coming from Myanmar. The first death on the Lina, I believe. That's gonna push her BKB timing back a little bit. But now Arena is used, Static Storm is still available, so I guess if they want to, they can push for another skirmish here. I think the window for Myanmar to make something happen is closing very soon. Because once the BKB is up, the team fight is not gonna be so direct for them anymore. So if they want to do something, this is probably the best time. Arrow hit on skill A, but he's protected by his tower, so that will be fine. Konkai is the one that go for the amulet, so he's going for... What is he going for next? He has queued up the javelin for himself. Huh. Okay. I mean, for what it's worth, I think Laos has been doing a very good job of relocate, coming to the bottom side. They found Jack Boys, and since the Jack Boys, no one is here to save him, so he will fall. Very good dual core catch here coming up from Myanmar for the past 2 minutes, and this definitely is going to set them up for a very good mid game. Zorin, though, on the other hand, will get punished by Nevermind and BB. Oh, the spear not gonna hit Amiana, but that hook shot is definitely going to hit. BB lands the LSA disc. That's a free LSA for him to hit. The bolt is gonna swift, and that will be a 2-for-nothing change for Myanmar. And also they bring down the mid tower for free. Oh, that was such a good kill on Jackie Boys, but these 2 kills that Laos got just turned everything around. It seems that they are looking at the Roshan. They know that the boat is down, so this is a good time for them to get some objectives down. And also BKB is already online for BB, so they don't mind getting some team fight here as well. Cloudway is protecting the rush beat for a little bit, but they're doing relatively slow. The Static Storm is gonna drop, not doing too much damage, and no one is actually going in. They're going on the Cloudwork first, and rather easy kill. Here comes Nevermind to protect the Russian Peak with the Rolling Thunder. Lina is going to get the Aegis for himself. Tower used the buyback here. Jack Boys is very dangerous here. He doesn't want to fall at all. BB, on the other hand, looking very low. He's got stuck by the PL, and here comes the Arena. There's no more BKB anymore, so it seems like this BB is going to be a lot of trouble. Mirana Arrow is not going to hit anything. BB, is he going to drop the second time? Yes, he is. PL is just cleaning house right now. And you can see Nevermind not doing too much because the Rolling Thunder is already used at the beginning of the Roche fight. And PL, man, the heal that he get from IO is just too good. And that's what we say, right? The tankiness and sustainability coming out from Myanmar. Is Laos is Laos has what it takes to bring them down with all these heals and tankiness. And clearly, the team fight tells you that nope, they are not having enough damage, even though they secured the rush for the Lina, but once Lina has no BKB, he is not able to deal with all the illusions and tankiness coming out from Myanmar, so Myanmar got themselves a very good teamfight victory there.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
What an exchange by Myanmar. All of a sudden they turned the tide around. There were 3k goal in behind, they took a good team fight, and all of a sudden they equalized the game. Or even better than equalizing the game, they got themselves a very good head start right here into the post mid game status. PL is already top on the net worth, And we all know that once PL hit this timing, it's gonna be a lot harder to bring down the PL or to stop the PL at all. I guess PL is just gonna go for another item that ensures his sustainability or the ability to just stay alive in the fight. As long as the PL stay alive in the fight, I just don't see how are they going to deal with all these illusions army coming up from him. Not to mention that the armlet as well on Kunkka and the next item from Mars, that's just gonna be a lot tankier for Myanmar. They're gonna have this huge wall from themselves. Oh, never mind. Gotta be careful here. The static storm nicely done by Zorin, just setting things up. But here comes the hook shot. What? Look at the damage coming out from both. Just Nevermind had no chance right there. Clockwork though. He's gonna fall. So 2 for nothing from Myanmar, and it seems like with this, they are going to look forward to invade the jungle of Laos and further away, taking more map control from Laos. Or even better, they could use this catapult to put some tower damage as well on this mid-tier 2 tower.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And because Myanmar, they're not a team with heroes that can naturally push towers, so things like that is very good for them when they can utilize the catapult. Jack Boys smartly and calmly TBs out, and because they have no more stuns between these three, they should probably be able to get out. It seems that Disruptor is in a little bit of trouble here. They will get IO in return. Very nicely done. PL on the other hand, getting chased down here by Laos, and he's gonna fall unless he dodged this. Oh, he's gonna dodge the first Rolling Thunder, but he's still gonna fall. He has no edges, and meanwhile Mars tried to save his buddy. He's not gonna make it. Save your buddy syndrome is happening. Jackie Boys teleport in front of Zorin, and they are gonna get 4 for nothing. So the aggressive maneuvers here coming from Myanmar did not result in any positive things at all, whereas Laos smartly punished the aggressive move coming out from Myanmar. What a rollercoaster event, what a back and forth event coming out from both sides. I can't really tell who is really having the control of the game anymore, guys. Because at one moment I thought that Myanmar is just gonna play slow and steady and control the tempo of the game. And all of a sudden, suddenly, Laos gets a 4 for nothing change. So, who is really getting the control of this game, guys? Stay tuned to find out, I guess. And this is why we love Southeast Asian Dota, because nothing is certain. Anything can happen at any moment. Young Peter is gonna reward this. He's hitting his BKB timing very soon. He's just 1 recipe away. So he should be able to get within the next 2 minutes if he doesn't die. And we are seeing Jack Boys just over and over again, always clearing the ancient stack, making sure that he is farming as efficiently as the PL. The net worth difference from all the 4 cores coming from both sides are not too big, so it all comes down to team fight. It's still gonna be a very equal team fight. It all depends on who has a better initiation and execution. But I have to say the challenge is still on Laos because of the nature characteristic of this Myanmar team. They are very tankier, they have safe and the burst heal coming from IO as well. So if Laos wants to make a move on someone, they need to make sure that everything is used on that guy to burst that guy down. Otherwise, that guy might get healed by IO, might get relocated out by IO, and all of a sudden, the team fight will look a lot more complicated than they think. Especially when PL gets to the Skadi timing. He has already completed the PL, the Manta style, and also the Hood. So, bursting this PL down is not going to be easy. Especially once the game goes stagnant for another 5 minutes. I think once Skadi is up, it's going to be a lot harder to bring down the PL. So it seems that Laos has a very small window here to hit for them to snowball further in this game. BKB completed on Nature's Prophet is going for the Monlia next. And Lina, of course, looks like Lina is going to build into the Silver Age, the classic Lina build, and he has already completed that. Also hitting his level 20 with the plus 30% Fiery Soul talent increasement. Lina is looking stronger than ever right now with her item build. And I guess this is where Laos is going to facilitate or start a smoking very, very soon. Their creep wave is looking pretty good right now. If they want to start an attack, they could. They always have a vision advantage as well with the Moonlight Shadow and also the rocket coming out from Clockwork. It seems that they are positioning themselves to attack from the top side. Never mind with the Envy Rune scouting things up. But you can tell that Myanmar, they are ready for this. They are trying to run away from the top side. I wonder where are they going? They're waiting for someone to show on the map, and it seems like, oh, Piao, he is in the ping pong zone. Oh, but the relocate save that we talked about coming out from the IO is saving the Piao, and Piao immediately TPing back to the top lane. They want to take this fight. Laos, very disciplined here. They know that they have messed up the kill, so they won't stay any longer to push things harder, and they will just get back. Very good disciplinary coming out from Laos. And this is what a good team plays. When you know that your initiation is not working, instantly get out. And it is very clear from Laos that a retreat is a full retreat. No one even stayed there for anything lucky to happen. Laos positioning themselves around the Roshan pit as they know the second Roshan is about to come online. So any smoke gang is crucial for both sides right here, because with the second Roshan alive right now, you don't want to drop anyone, because that will just give a free time for the enemy to charge right into the Roshan pit. And I will say that Laos probably want to take this Roshan as, you know, a lot more than Myanmar, but Myanmar definitely they want to be fighting. And seems like Pia has a change of mind. He's going for the Heart of Taras instead of the Skadi. He wants pure HP, which is a smart choice, knowing that Silver Age is already online from the Lina, and that will be a lot of critical damage coming out from her. So having raw damage is pretty good. And it's not like Skadi is going to do any good anyway, because the HP regen deduction is not that needed here from Myanmar.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Very good reward coming out from the Laos side, and you can tell that both sides, they want to get as much vision as they can get for this potential Roshan fight. Oh, this very deep observer is sitting there for the entire duration, scouting out all the movement coming out from Myanmar. Xma on Akido. Akido is hoping for the Moonlight Shadow to protect himself. Is there any detection? Of course there is. The whole shot is gonna miss though, but here comes BB. Zorin has to be careful. Young PH is still staying there. He wants to help his position 5, but he is getting caught up here. Does he have BKB? Yes, he does. He uses it. The heal coming out from Io. The rolling thunder from Nevermind is not gonna hit anybody. Clockwork is gonna fall to Piao, but Jackie Boy, he knows that this is the time that he has to get the fog out. And BB popped the BKB, trying to run away. And since there's no bash, he will be able to get home successfully. But this also means that every ultimate is down from Myanmar side. If Laos wants to take a fight, they could now, because Myanmar is running into the Roshan pit just about now. Is there anything Laos can do to stop this Roshan? Is there anything they can do to contest this? Roshan is dropping very, very fast. And Ghost Shape is already online. We talk about how Myanmar, they don't really need much cooldown to play with. Olan going in with the spear, taking down the Pangolier. And Pangolier does not stand a chance at all. That's why he does have the buyback though, but Akido is going to be the next one to fall. Very nice play coming out from Myanmar. And you can see that Lan, he just knows that he can pick these guys off surprisingly with the observer ward there, which is why when you want to check the Roshan pit, you always want to be decisive. And seems like Laos, they just lost their connection and communication there for a second, and they got punished very hard by that. This is gonna be the Roshan with Aegis and Shard. Shard on Disruptor is amazing, on the Mars is amazing as well. So let's see who is gonna be the one picking up the the shot. It seems the Mars is going to be the run for it. BB though, on the other hand, trying to bring down PH. Does he has enough damage to bring him down? Nothing to get himself out of the Sprout, so he will fall here. Nice play coming here from Laos. Oh, BB, oh no, they are punishing this though. So that will be BB in exchange for the Kunga. The Kunkka, sorry. I wouldn't say that it's a bad trade actually, but Lina dropping it for the Kunkka, I guess that's okay. Like anything Laos can find to slow down the tempo a little bit here from Myanmar is okay, I guess. And also because Nature's Prophet is amazing in split pushing wave.
Is under attack.
So the longer you can delay the push coming in from Myanmar, the more time you can buy for Nature's Prophet to put down this split push pressure on Myanmar side. And we also said that Myanmar, their heroes are not naturally the best when it comes to pushing towers. So
Dire's top tower
any delay
fallen.
is good coming out from Laos. PL, he is moving towards to the butterfly, which is a very smart itemization in my opinion. Because if you look at Laos, both Nature's Prophet and Lina, most of their damage output come from physical, come from right click. So with the evasion help, that is going to help PL sustain and survive in the team fight a lot more once the butterfly is up. Actually, forget about butterfly, he's going for the basher because he knows how many times Jack Boys and BB, they are just TPing in front of his eyes and he doesn't want to take that anymore. He wants to have the ability or potential to bash them while they're TPing, so I could see that working. Because PL, anyway, he has the Aegis right now, he doesn't need to rush for another survivability item. So any sort of offensive item could help them a lot as well. Because all they want to do right now is not to push. They want to be getting team fight because they are so strong right now. They want to be using these Aegis for team fight, especially the BKB is already available, and also the shard from Mars. He wants to have the big plays where he can spear two guys into the wall. BB, another attempt with the Silver Age. He might be able to get the Disruptor though. Oh, the Hulk is gonna land first, and BB is going to get another free kill for himself.
Feed the flames.
Unfortunately, that does not translate into anything crucial for Laos, but that also means that they bring down the Disruptor for 1 minute, and this is a full minute of window that they can look for a team fight with a number advantage. Let's see if Laos wants to get that. They are already moving towards the bottom side. Wrath of Natures is already used by Jack Boys. Seems like he wants to gather some extra damage before he goes into the next fight.
Is under attack.
3-man smoke coming out from Laos. Can they find anything? This could be tricky though. Never mind, it's just rolling thunder in. Akido, he is not going to get a connection with the arrow. Ayo needs to be the first one to fall, and they are targeting down. Ayo is going to go down. Jack Boys though, he is taking a lot of damage coming out from PL. PL has the basher and the relocate coming out from the Ayo from the buyback. This fight is getting very messy, but Jackie Boys is going to be the first call to drop. BB looks like he is going to fall as well. The BKB is not going to do anything because of this basher, but he's outputting a lot of damage. Ayo relocated back. And since that this is PL against the word PL, can he do this all on his own? The basher is working wonders right here for the PL. PL is gonna go down. Akido next one. The Bara is getting burned out very quickly. BB as well. This is literally PL versus the world, and he is doing it. He is the Superman for Myanmar. He is the savior of Myanmar. And we talk about the potential of this basher. It is already showing wonders. You pop BKB, you want to man fight PL? Nah, you're not doing that because I have the freaking basher. And with this successful fight for PL, he is going to get the butterfly very, very soon. He's just 2 recipes away. Actually, just 1 component away.
Bottom tower is under attack.
At least 30 seconds from the core respawning from Laos. And it seems that PL is just going to march towards the high ground, try to make as much structural damage as possible. Wow, he can.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower.
Alright. Jack Boys is coming up, but what can he do though? What can he do to buy back coming from Nevermind? They want to make something happen here, but where is the connection? Where is the connection to the Cloud where Cloud is gonna die? What is happening? Laos!
Dire's middle tower is under
Uh-oh.
attack.
That buyback was rather ineffective there coming out from Nevermind. They did not get anything from that, and it seems that there was a massive miscommunication coming out from Laos. Pierre is like, what? What happened? I'm just gonna casually bring down your range Rex for now. He's playing very safe right here. You know that he doesn't have the Aegis anymore, but nice LSA stun coming up. BB, can they chain stun? Pierre down? Nope. BB having her focus on the skill lay Io. They know that Io needs to get brought down first. Luan is going into the back line. Here comes Young PH with the BKB as well. They bring down BB. No buyback from BB. And what can you do, Jack Boys, to pop BKB? There's no man fight for you because you just don't have the ability to man fight. You get bashes over again. And it seems like this is just the beginning of the end for Laos here. Piao is unstoppable. And Jackie Boys, he knows that this game is over already, and it seems like Myanmar is gonna take this game convincingly. And this is why a lot of us Southeast Asian fans, we are saying that Yangon Galacticos from Myanmar, they are a strong team in this tournament and also in the upcoming DPC Open qualifier. And that's why all the Myanmar fans are cheering for them, because this is the potential that they can show against a team with good players like Jack Boys and Akido and also BB. They did not show any inconfidence, or rather they showed a lot of dominance and confidence in this match. I'm looking forward to see more coming out from Myanmar, and these Yangon Galacticos, they are fighting for the third place finisher here, and if they manage to win just one more game, they will be walking home with 4,500 USD from this tournament, and also give them a very good confident start for the open qualifier, number 2 open qualifier for the next DPS season. And once again, before we go to a break, shout out to the organizers, THAI-ESPORTS, and also our sponsors, #eSport. We're going to a 10-minute break, and when we are back, we'll bring you the game 2 of Laos and Myanmar. Hey yo, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and also my good friend Otomo. You were right. So Myanmar, they did showcase the strength of their draft, and it was just easy game for them once they executed what they have. Are you surprised at all?
No, I mean, not really, because again, like, we know that one team is made up mostly of Yangon Galacticos, the other team is made up of very different players. So there's always going to be a bit of miscommunication, and from the draft, we were like, it seems like it really was going to go for Myanmar's side. On the other hand, I was surprised by the last pick, Pango. I thought it was a brilliant pick. Like, I thought it was perfect for the draft, what they were up against, what they had, but it wasn't enough. It was like, the Pango had to do too much. There's no way he could have won the game.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, they were put into a very tough situation. Like, I don't really think there is a perfect pick for them that can solve all their things. But what we got next is the second game of Laos versus Myanmar, and this could potentially be the last game for Laos in this tournament. So let's jump into the draft. And we have already seen quite some picks here coming from both sides. So once again, Myanmar opening the draft with their favorite Mars, and Ayo is still in the pool. But for Laos, wow. Do you expect this Rave King Bloody Disruptor just all of a sudden coming out to you? Like,
I think
I've never seen this before.
I don't know. I really like Wraith King as a carry. I just feel like the hero is always very stable to have, you know. And this was up to now. You have 2 slows, you have an extra stun. It's a good opening. It also makes the hero like, you know that you're on the timer, because Wraith King late game is a nightmare to deal with. Myanmar, pretty a lot of burst damage with this Mars and Lion. Although, do you think they pick Lion just to mana drain the Wraith King?
I think it's definitely one of the soft counter that it feels pretty good. But I think the the low CD, the low cooldown stuns and disables coming out from Lion are also very good against the Rift King, because Rift King is a hero that he doesn't really want to buy BKB. He wants to dump all his money into offensive item like the Silver Age, Blink, Deso Amulet and stuff like that. So if you're playing against the Lion, you kind of must buy the BKB, unless you can always jump on the Lion and instantly kill him first, which is definitely a good choice. But if a good Lion would never let that happen. So I like the Lion pick here instead of the IO once again, because they identify that this Rift King is going to be an issue, so they switch something up, and I like their response.
10 seconds.
Yeah, I guess I like what you said about Lion being sort of a soft counter. He's not like, 100% a counter Wraith King, but with the mana drain, with the disables, you do force Wraith King to get BKB, and he's going to have to get the shard as well, because you have now one problem is disable, another problem is mana drain. You need to solve them both. And that's like what, 5,000 more gold just to sort of counter maybe position 5 Lion, and that feels terrible if you're the carry Wraith King.
Yeah, for sure. And if this Lion turns out to be a position 4, then he's just gonna get a lot stronger, because Lion, when you get the shard, you are able to just stand there and mana drain this Rift King, and that could be a very big trouble for Laos to do with. So now Laos, I like how Myanmar, they are always just throwing trouble for Laos to solve. Like last game they have this PL problem, right? And now they have this Lion problem, and always it feels like Laos, they're just being forced to answer Myanmar over and over again, and this could easily break what they want to bring into the draft, because when we are putting all these answers together, at the end of the day, you might see no synergy coming out from draft at all.
At the same time, though, I kind of like Laos's laning stage. If it's the Wraith King one, like with the Disruptor 5, the double slows, the stun from the Wraith King, both like Glimpse and Kinetic Field, you have a lot of control. And if it's Lion 4, I don't think Lion will be able to withstand that most of the like he'll suffer during the laning stage if he gets caught, because these two do a lot of damage, provide a lot of vision, and it'll be a tough time for Lion.
Yeah, definitely. I think a lot depends on the Lion's positioning, because you could say the same for Disruptor as well, right? If this Disruptor catch one stun from Lion, he's most likely going to be dead, because you are seeing the Hex coming next, you're seeing God's Tribute plus Spear coming next. So, and there's not a lot that this Wraith King could help you with, because level 1 stun coming on Wraith King, stuns you like less than 1 second, I believe. So
I think it's like 1.1, 1.1 to 1.7. So it's very little. It's like barely a second.
Yeah, so it's really a battle of positioning from these two supports, I would say. Anyway, both teams are taking not much time in their second phase bans, which I really like, because a lot of times you can see teams, they are going into the game rather unprepared. They'll be using a lot of times for the second phase bans, but you can tell that Myanmar especially, it seems like they are very confident when it comes to drafting. They instantly pick the Storm after seeing the Ember, and also they didn't really care about this Disruptor versus Storm interaction as well, because to me, I feel like a good Storm Spirit player doesn't really care about Disruptor at all, because you always have the upper hand of jumping Disruptor first. And also, ball lining can easily dodge the Glimpse as well, of course.
Yeah, and they go with the IO. So look, I think, are we feeling more like the IO 5 or IO 4? Because that's one of the nice things about Myanmar's draft, that it is a bit flexible. If you get Mars and IO and Mars and Lion, those are two very different lanes. On the other hand, for Laos, I think they adjusted very well with this in the second game too. Firstly, Wraith King, we talked about frontline, really good in that. And Ember Spirit is a good hero for going in and out. I just like Laos's draft a lot better in game 2 than I did in game 1.
Yeah, I would have to say the same as well. Like last game, they picked the Mirana, and there were not a lot of setups for Mirana, to be honest. So like in a game, especially when you're playing against the PL, when you do have the good setups, your arrow is just never going to hit the real PL at all. But in this game, Ember Spirit Swing Chain, you got the Rift King stun, you got Disrupted, Glimpse into arrow. There is a couple of reliable ways for you to hit the stun into arrow combo. So I think in this game, Akito is going to have a lot better time on the Mirana compared to the last one. But that's the same thing for Myanmar as well, right? They are fairly tanky, they are fairly elusive, and there's a lot of heal coming out from IO as usual. So it's going to be another attack and defend game in my opinion. And for Myanmar, it looks like with the Mars and Lion, they have double initiation, actually triple with the Storm. So it's not going to be that straightforward and easy for Laos in my opinion.
Yeah, and again, we talk about global in game one because they also had the IO. This game, they also have the Storm Spirit jumping in from, like, you can jump in from half the map away, and the IO can bring a friend. It's something that you see, like, Lion walking around and three people jump with the Lion. So that's definitely something that Myanmar, they really like their global
10
strategy.
seconds
And I think that's
remaining.
one of the advantage of all of them being on Yangon Galacticos, because they all have this
5
communication
seconds
built in.
remaining.
Laos, they'll be like, "Oh, what do you want to do? I've never done this strategy before," and they all have to like learn it during the tournament. So, big advantage for Myanmar, all being from the same
Dire
team.
team ban.
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I feel like Laos is they are smart in proposing this idea, because if you look at their execution level of difficulty, it's not very hard, to be honest. It's just simple setting chain into arrow and disruptor. Whenever you have gleams, you're just shouting, "I can gleams," and then everyone kill that guy. And it's really easy for Rift King as well. Like Rift King, guys, I got my ulti up, let's fight.
5
So
seconds
Laos
remaining.
is making this very easy for them to execute, which is one of the better ways for a new team that comes together. Like what we saw from Talon, right? In their open qualifier, they are just picking their Snapfire over and over again. I think actually for a new team, that is actually a pretty smart idea, just to simplify things.
I think that Snapfire is like one of the most picked hero in this tournament as well. By the way, like she is the most picked hero. So,
5 seconds
all and
remaining.
50% win rate, so perfectly balanced. Myanmar, they're going to go for their carry here. Lots of options. I would say the Spectre, just because once you can. I don't know if you see a lot of diffusal based Spectre anymore. It seems like it's mostly the Aghanims rush into Orchid, but that's an option if you want to get some mana burn, you want to get some global presence added as well.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I want to say I have seen that before, because I feel like a boomer if I say I have. Especially after seeing OG's news lineup, like their two cores are 16 years old. I feel like ashamed right now. Like, I mean, like,
Mm.
Dire
So
team pick.
anyway, so Terrorblade is gonna be the one coming from Myanmar. So we have got Terrorblade versus Rift King. What do you think about this?
I think that it's pretty good for I think it's usually pretty good for the Terrorblade because you can just sort of stand back, you get the Skadi.
10
Like if it's a
seconds
one-on-one matchup, I think Terrorblade can actually kill the Wraith King once. They both have 2 lives with
5
their
seconds
ultimate.
remaining.
Terrorblade's one requires a bit more sort of execution, but I think he'll be fine. But there's a lot of stuns coming out from the rest of Laos side. I think that's where Myanmar has to be worried about.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just amazed by Myanmar. Like how game after game, they are just picking these heroes that propose as a very big problem to Laos. And this game, Terrorblade, you can easily tell that they want to wait for their BKB plus Skadi timing on Terrorblade. And then once that is up, it's basically not a fight at all between Terrorblade and Rift King, because Skadi, you can easily kite the Rift King around, and it's just going to be a lot easier by the time. So Laos, they are running a very big window here to close out the game, or at least to run the game over, because once Terrorblade gets the timing, it's gonna be a whole lot harder for them. But thankfully for Laos, they have the last pick here once again
Choose
for
your hero.
Nevermind. And this is what you get if you're a drafter, right? Because you always have the picking priority for yourself. It's very similar to how T1 always have Cuckoo that is drafting and also getting the last pick. And seems the Nevermind got himself quite a good TB answer with the Brewmaster. Do you like this answer? Whoops. Seems like Otomo is down. So I'll cosplay Otomo. I think Brewmaster is pretty good, but it makes them also slightly ultimate dependent. You want to be always taking fights when your primary split is online. But good thing about Brewmaster is that everyone is going for the Aghanims build right now on Brew. So once the Aghanims is up, you have 2 ultimates, and that means that you can always keep running into Myanmar. And I think that is what Laos needs to do here. Because Myanmar, if you give Myanmar a good time in just farming freely, they will make use of the downtime and farm very, very fast compared to Laos. Because you have Terrorblade, the Conjure image that can always split push. You have Mars that can easily push out waves as well. So I think Laos, they can't afford to have any downtime. They have to always be fighting, and they also have to win the fights as well.
Yeah, I mean, I like Laos's draft a lot more in game 2 over game 1. The Brewmaster, like you said, the ultimate is so good when they go for the Agams. I was playing the other day as an Abaddon, and I was playing against a good Brewmaster. And every fight he uses the Storm's Panda on me, he just puts me in the air. And I think that's something that we might be able to see. Like we might see this in this game as well. Just Panda can straight away take. Sorry, not Panda. Brewmaster can just eliminate someone from the game. And I think that's a big problem, especially if it's the Terrorblade.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you are not wrong for calling him Panda. I think Southeast Asia, we are all a fan of having a short and cute name to simplify things.
Uh-huh.
And I call it Panda quite often, actually. And I think it's
Yeah,
easier,
but
right?
it's
Everyone
copyright.
knows that this. What?
It's a copyright. We can't say it anymore. His actual name is Brewmaster. He's not a Panda.
Okay. If you want to be serious about it, all right, Brewmaster then.
I don't want to be sued by Blizzard. Is that so bad? I don't have any money to give them.
Wait, is Panda a name in any Blizzard game? I have no idea because I only play one
It
game.
Oh, it is. It's from Warcraft 3, World of Warcraft. They introduced a hero called the Pandarian Brewmaster. So when they imported him to Dota 2, they were like, you can't use Pandarian. It's a race in World of Warcraft, so they can only say Brewmaster.
Interesting.
Interesting
Alright,
and
seems like-
true.
Interesting and true, exactly. As always, Otomo, as always. Alright, seems like we have a very early smoke coming out from Yangon Galacticos. Let's see what they want to do. I think this is just allowing them to get a head start to put down some aggressive fort early on. And we can see that the smoke on the other hand as well from Laos. They are taking a very long path though. I don't think I've seen anyone smoking to this direction before. It seems like this is the direction that you want to get first blood. They're running all the way to the triangle of Myanmar, with Jack Boys leading the way, leading the chart. Aggressive ops putting down. They are gonna get broken by skill lay though. What the ravage coming out from Zorin? There's a 4-man stun. Okay, a lot of crazy stuff happening. I can't see what exactly is happening, but I saw a 4-man reflection coming out from the Terrorblade. It seems like very good stun coming out from Zorin once again securing the kill on the Disruptor. And even better thing is they scouted out the Observer Ward. They also gave the first blood to the Mars as well. Ooh, that was a very, very good fight back coming out from Myanmar. They were ready for it. Everyone was ready for it at the high ground. And you can tell the Yangon Galacticos, they are dead focused here. They are locked in.
The start with, like you said, the 4-man Impale followed by 4-man's God's Rebuke just did so much damage that Laos were like a little disoriented. They're like, do we go in? Do we not go in? We just took so much damage from that. And we're just catching the Disruptor at the very end cost them. So it's a first blood and an Observer Ward. That's like, what, 500 gold advantage for Myanmar.
Yeah, not to mention the experience advantage as well. That's gonna be huge. Zorin, man, he has been impressive in these 2 games, to be honest. Alright, we are looking at the top lane. So once again, we see the Io plus the Mars lane. So I think it's getting more and more popular right now in Southeast Asia. Honestly, I didn't expect Southeast Asia to be so many Io players because I always feel like Io is one of the heroes that EU teams plays a lot, but not so much of Southeast Asia team. But I'm glad that Southeast Asia teams are picking this hero up because I do think that this hero is very, very strong. And bottom side, we can see that Akido is just constantly spamming the arrows to secure range creeps, making sure that they will have the level advantage over Myanmar's safe lane duel. So maybe once the level 2 is up, they can start to pressure the TB out of the lane. Whereas mid lane, this is gonna be a very 50-50 lane. And it really depends on who plays this lane well.
And this also pushes the lane over on the...
Okay, mid lane, 10 last hits against 8 last hits. BB, he is a platinum tier Ember Spirit, and you can tell, you already know that he has played this matchup a lot of time. I think all the mid lane players, they are already very familiar with this Spirit versus Spirit matchup. So it really comes down to who has a better power rune, who controls the lane a little bit better, whose support is rotating more to secure the power rune or water rune for them. I think this should be exciting. Storm versus Ember Spirit. In my opinion, I think it's going to be slightly favorable for the Storm, knowing that how much cheaper is his spells in terms of cooldown and also mana usage. And worst come to worst, he can always go back into the jungle and farm a lot more efficiently than the Ember Spirit. So I think Young PH here is going to have a pretty good time, and seems like we need to have a quick pause here from Myanmar. PC hang, and seems like there we have to take a restart. Games are looking pretty stagnant here after what happens in the first blood contest. So right now it seems like Mars is just gonna farm, and Myanmar, from what we saw from the last game, it seems like Myanmar is they are very patient with their power spike. They don't really push things forward when they don't have the strength to do it. It feels like me that this is a team that is very smart and very disciplined when it comes to following the game plan that they have. So I think in this game, they are going to do the same thing as well. A PL is very similar to the Terrorblade you want to play for your item timing. Storm is pretty similar to the Kunkka as well. Tempo, a lot of tempo control, and is a lot reliant on power runes as well. So I think Myanmar, they will be putting a lot of emphasis in controlling rune for this Storm Spirit. And once he has a good rune, we can expect a lot of explosiveness coming up from this Storm Spirit. So I think power rune is gonna be the name of this game. Whoever gets the good power rune on the spirits, whoever is gonna own the team fight. Looks like the players are back, and we will jump right back into the game. We're still looking at the mid lane, and you can tell that some PH is feeling very confident here, as well as Lun on the Mars as well. Doesn't have to fix what is not broken, right? You have massive success in the game 1. The laning phase was good, initiation was good, so why not play another time? Because you know that Laos, they have no answers for this IO plus Mars. Bottom lane, on the other hand, it seems like TB is doing okay in his bottom lane. Never mind.
For some reason,
this
TB is holding a skill point.
Yeah. I'm not sure, because normally you would just want to use the Metamorphosis as soon as it's online, right? So you get to harass the enemy out. I wonder how he's thinking there as well.
Yeah, because it's not like he's gonna be leaving the lane anytime soon to the jungle with like illusions. So no points in meta seems very strange.
Oh!
Dire's courier has
Disruptor
been killed.
almost get the bounty denied there, but very good job for Skill to body block him a little bit to get him a little bit further away from bounty ring. Oh, BB trying to be aggressive on Young PH, but he also knows that he is not gonna have enough damage to
Radiant
kill
structures are
the
fortified.
Storm Spirit, so he's not gonna pursue for it, especially knowing that there's a fair fight on Storm Spirit. But now that Flame Guard is out, BB gotta be a lot careful. You can tell the Young PH wants to go for it for the Electric Vortex, but he's not gonna get it. BB playing it very well, putting the distance between himself and the Storm Spirit. Oh. You can tell the Young PH, he really wants it. So even though that pull is not gonna do anything, he still wants to go for it, just to assert his dominance.
Dire's structures are
Oh,
fortified.
oh no, the Syringe Chain didn't hit. That was unlucky. Here comes Skill with the heal. Electric Vortex is up very, very soon. Young PH wants to go for it. He pops the Magic Stick. He wants to grab this Electric Vortex, but he's not gonna get it. So Ember
Very
Spirit
good move by BB to push
secures
the lane up.
water rune.
Yeah, I pushed the lane up so that he can secure the top ruin and Aikido could secure the bottom. Storm maybe have used too much resources.
You can see the Mirana is trying to get an arrow to work with the string chain. The BB can't really find the angle to string chain Young PH. Young PH is gonna go into jungle. I like that he's going for Soul Ring first. Do you like this Soul Ring rush coming up from Young PH?
Top lane though, I think Loon might be in trouble. And it looks like he does fall. So really good work by Naylor. I mean, if you're gonna farm a lot, Soul Ring really helps if you're the Storm Spirit. I can't say I know as much about the mid lane as I'd like though, but oh dear.
Straight kill coming out
dying.
from both sides. Yeah, everyone's dying. A lot more action this game compared to the last one in terms of early game, but you can tell that the biggest winner is definitely the two carries from each side. The Wraith King is having a pretty good time, as well as the Tiara Blade. Oh, the Courier is gonna die as I say that. But Power Tracks is already successfully delivered to Tiara Blade, so that death on the Courier is not gonna mean so much.
It's not a lot of gold though. It's like what, 175? That's a pretty big deal in the like 5 minutes in. Oh dear.
Young PH, he's gonna fall. What triple random coming up with BB. He really wants to make sure that this gang is successful. And I like that his investment and commitment into that kill as well. They know that this is the best timing to punish the Storm Spirit since he's not 6 yet. And that was amazing rotation coming out of Disruptor. It really helps pull ahead for the Ember Spirit, knowing that he's not having exactly the best time.
And they timed it so they also got the rune. Like they want to go for the kill like 555, then they get the power rune as well. And Storm's still level 5. That is just a nightmare. Meanwhile, they're gonna go for Skidlay. Skidlay, he's not gonna make it out of this. And BB with another kill. He is running through in this game.
Yeah, oh, Zorin, though, he's gonna fall. He's gonna set up the Q for his carry first, though. And this is what you want to do as a support. You want to set up kills. Oh, he's baiting Akido. What a player, Zorin. He's just using his life to bait out. He's still holding the South. He just needs one more hit from Akito. He's not gonna get it. Oh, Zorin, look at him. He still wants to go for it. He's guessing. But he doesn't know that the Mirana is already out. But that still was a pretty good trade for Myanmar.
I just love how Zarain was playing with that sub. He could heal at any point. He was dodging, like he was juking as well. He's like, no, I want him to come for me so I can bait him. And it's just really well played by him. And Zarain is just having a fantastic performance in both games.
Exactly. We say that. But once again, thankfully Thunder Strike doesn't stop your Tranquil Boot, so he's still running at very high speed plus HP regen, and he'll be fine. Disruptor is actually the one making some aggressive move here coming from Laos, and it really thanks to the ability for Jackie to be able to stay on top lane on himself, thanks to his heal. So you don't really need the position 5 to babysit him all the time. And you are Otomo, you are a position 5 player yourself. Is this like the happiest thing for yourself when you play pubs? When your carry is not crying for your presence all the time?
Well, it's good to know that they're not only, but meanwhile, he's gonna go for them. He gets a double root off, arrow comes out, gets the IO, and Skill is gonna fall, but the Young Page has no mana, so I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to go for more. Loon does throw out the arena, he gets the Akito. He can jump over it, that's the thing you can do, and misses the stun on Zhao Rain. Meanwhile, Young PH is gonna fall, and BB, pretty good kill with that Sleight of Fist, getting 2 kills. They didn't lose anyone, but they might be losing Akito. Can he get a jump off? He doesn't have any regen, but he's fast, and he can just go. That's why you have a donkey to run over, because it's much faster. And my Naylor, and glimpses someone back. I'm not sure who it was, but they do get Loon, and that's what, 3 kills for Laos. Good job by them.
Yeah, very nicely done. I love that they're utilizing the Ember Spirit's presence right now, because he has gotten quite a 2 kills in the early game. They just aim to snowball the advantage that Ember Spirit have by putting the 2 supports with him. Oh, here comes Young PH though. He's trying to go for BB. BB randoms out, but they have the Observer to scout him out. Young PH, look at him using all the mana. He really wants this kill, and that's going to be 400 gil. 400 go all the way for himself. He's going to go for more. He's getting healed up by the IO, and he will get the double kill for himself. Very nicely done. BB overstayed his welcome there for just a little bit more, and he got punished heavily for it.
I still think Laos is in a pretty good spot, because even though you can see Loon is the lowest net worth in terms of the cores, he doesn't really need items. As long as he, sorry, not Loon, the Brewmaster, as long as he gets his ulti off, that's good enough for him.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to see how Laos is going to bring the 2 cores together though, because Brewmaster plus Wraith King, they are amazing heroes in taking down the enemy safe lane tower, because you can use the premise to dive, you can summon skeletons for it, but it seems that they want to bring down Young PH once again. He needs to get an angle for the steering chain, but Young PH smartly pushes the lane out and get to the left side of the map.
Oh, but Skidley, he might be in trouble. They do get the Thunder Strike off, but he tethers away to safety. That's what's nice about being a ball of light. You can just be like, I'm out. I don't want to be here anymore. Oh, Glimpse though breaks the tether, but I don't think they're gonna go for it.
Yeah, and also you are getting out with lightning speed as well, since you are a ball of light. He's not gonna be that. The escape is not gonna be that easy anymore once the Disruptor has level 4 Glimpse. So Ayo is gonna have a lot harder time.
Mid lane though, I think Myanmar might want to do something here. Well, they jump in and can they get the split comes out, and they are going to be able to take out at least the line, and it looks like they're going to lose Skidley as well. Nice Arena catching out the Disruptor. He's gone Evil Nor, but looks like that's going to be kind of it for now. 2-for-1 and Laos. They're going to be feeling pretty happy about that. They had to dive fast tower to get it. I think they're going to get a tier 1 as well, so that opens up the map.
That's a perfect move that Laos can take. You want to use this primer split to push towers, but they are still staying without their ultimates. So here comes Young PH, is throwing his body into the fight. He knows that he's the only one that needs to set up, so he's going ham right now with the help of the Ayo. You can tell Young PH is dancing on Laos, but the dance come to the end. That's the last dance from him. Oh, the gleam is coming out from the Disruptor, and this is why you are never running out away from the Disruptor.
BB he's just playing so well this game. Like, he is creating so much space for his team, and that was a good. Young PH, he's relying a lot on the IO to keep him full mana, but he's still very early in the game. The IO is not going to provide as much as you need, so it's a tough situation for Myanmar right now.
Yeah, the bad thing about this game is that if Mars run out of his spells, you only have the Storm Spirit to perform this long range zip until you have your dagger on the Lion, which is not going to be so soon, knowing that this is a position 5 Lion. So a lot of responsibility lay on Young PH's shoulder to make something happen. Now they're making a smoke gang to the top. They want to kill this Panda and turn that into a tier 1 turret. So let's see if they can do that successfully. PH again needs to be the one to jump in first. Initiated perfectly on Nevermind. The finger is gonna land. It seems like everyone is TPing down to help out the Nevermind, but everyone's gonna die. BB running out of mana, but he has the haste rune though, so he should be fine as long as he doesn't get caught by the spear. He's dancing with Myanmar though. He's challenging Myanmar. Does Myanmar have what it takes to bring him down? Wow, BB, like you said, he's playing well, and he's just casually killing a lion in front of 5 men of Myanmar. Wow.
The tower loss is gonna hurt Laos a bit, but even though they killed the Brewmaster, he didn't have his ultimate off, and I think that's kind of okay if you're dead and we don't have the ultimate. It's like, it's fine. So he wasn't gonna be able to provide much for his team anyway.
Wow. Anyway, we haven't talked much about Jackie Boys. He has been pretty quiet this game, but he has been farming super fast. I'm ready going for the day. So next, do you like this build?
I think it allows him to one-shot the Ayo and the Lion. Like, he jumps on, he can actually kill them with 1 hit. So that will be very useful for him. The problem is, how is he going to catch them? I think that's going to be difficult for him.
Yeah, I think the other teammates needs to really be the one setting up kills for Jackie. But I love that you mentioned about the burst damage that you can get from under plus Teso, because I think that is going to be a crucial part of countering the Ayo. Ayo is going to fall here, as well as Mars too. I like that Laos, they are starting to pick up more fights with their heroes, because their heroes are amazing for small scrimmages. They don't have much cooldown, big cooldown spells, and also means that they can constantly run into Myanmar if they want to. It's just a matter of not they have the initiative to keep making stuff like that happen.
And Disruptor is amazing for small skirmishes, because anytime you get 1 kill, if someone's about to run away, you just glimpse them back, and that's such a good game for such a good situation for Disruptor. If you're behind, Disruptor is the worst hero to have, but when you are like in these situations where you're getting 1 or 2 kills all over the map, Disruptor is the best hero you can have it as a position 5.
Exactly, and I think they pair this Disruptor with a lot of good aggressive heroes as well. Seems that Ayo is gonna be some trouble. No, actually Storm is the one. Ayo didn't manage to pull out the relocate stage just in time. It was a slightly little bit late and seems like he's gonna return to his own death. Meanwhile, Nemo might actually fall to Terror Blade. Actually, it was a 3-man gang. Ayo's gonna fall. We don't have to look at that. Yeah, there's no way he can survive this. But I wouldn't say it's a bad trade. 2 for 1, you're bringing down the Panda again. I mean, Brewmaster again. But it seems that Brewmaster also used his Primal Split because it's off cooldown right now. I mean, it's on cooldown right now.
Jackie's also going to go for that Blink Dagger next, and ooh, that's alright. This could be a good move by them. They do get Aikido here, and looks like BB is just going to go out. Jackie is going to go for that Blink Dagger. So we talked about like how much burst damage he has with the Armlet and the Deso on the Wraith King, but the Blink Dagger allows him to actually get close and use all that damage. So I like it. Still, Terrorblade is kind of keeping up in farm. This is a pretty bad situation though when you're 2k behind like this.
Definitely. I think this is where Laos really wants to bring their net worth advantage into like real ability to choke out the map and screen the map, because I do feel like once the dagger is up on Jackie, there's just no more reason for you to keep farming anymore. You want to go and go and go. And there's just so many chaos that you can create with the dagger, especially when the Primal Split is up. So I think he should be able to find himself a good angle to cut into the fight with this Blink Dagger, which is very crucial for Jack Boys.
Jack Boys. I like how his name was Jackie, that was Jack Boys. I was like, alright. 700 damage crit just there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Meanwhile though, looks like Myanmar is waiting for someone to teleport back so they can get a kill here. They're not going to defend their tier 2 actually, they're just going to let it fall. I always feel that that's a very tough situation to be in when the enemy has both your outposts like that.
Yeah, not only that you are losing on experience, you're also losing on map control too. Young PH is waiting for someone to walk into his wall of remnants here. Nevermind is like, I'm trying to bait you, then you think that I'm going in, and he is going in! He's walking into the Static Storm, what a nice bait, but Nevermind is able to prop the Primal Split. Young PH is still surviving, he actually gets out, what? Loon is not so lucky though, so that will be a 2 for nothing it seems, unless someone miraculously show up to save Io. But it seems like that's not the case. Observer doesn't really want to look at him anymore because he knows that he's a dead man. And it seems like
Observer is very nice. He's like, it's too violent. We don't want to show you all this violence, you know, all this killing. So we're just gonna turn away. We don't have to see that.
Yep, it's unnecessary. This is not for kids.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Brewmaster's got the vessel. That's gonna be very nice for canceling all the blinks, and basically like anyone on Myanmar really has no way of dispelling it. But BB, is he in trouble now? There's a lot of damage, but do they have enough lockdown? Yes, they do with the Hex. And they catch it. That's the biggest kill they can get. That's a 545 gold, 6 kill streak. But Evil, there he's gonna fall as well. What a spear! It goes through one wall but sticks to another. How's that possible? And Minelo, he's gonna fall.
That's exactly the reason why we are still in beta. I think as a Bard player, you really need to know about all these things, like what wall can you spear someone to and what cannot. Okay, Disruptor buying back here, really wants to defend the Roshan. I wonder what is BB doing there just now. That was quite weird that he's all the way up there alone on himself, and he's so near to the triangle too, without any vision.
But they do have a ward on the triangle, so I guess he just wanted to take. And by the way, they saw this now. They killed Lion with one hit. Wraith King blinked in, one hit, and he was able to take him out. Oh dear, but they are going to go for more here. Loon? He's just going to die.
Wow, Jackie is really using his Blink Dagger very well here. And I wonder if Myanmar is going to scout out that there's a ward there. The pings are coming out. Unfortunately, they don't have the Metamorphosis, so Laos is making sure that they utilize this window well to threaten the Roche. It seems like it's going to be really hard for Myanmar to contest this unless Young PH pulls out something magical here. And you can tell that he's ready for it. Relocate in? What? Do you see that, Otomo?
I did. I guess he's providing vision. He's like, let me see what's going on. And there you go, he jumps in. What? He gets the kill. He gets the kill, but doesn't get the Aegis.
Wait, you can do that, actually? Do you see how he just double pumped the ball lightning? he stopped for like 0.1 second and then he ball lightning forward. So he dodged the static storm. That was cool actually. So he tried to stop for 0.1 second to see if he could steal. Oh my god, Ayo! He TP down to the arrow, okay! TV, he's gonna be very careful here. He needs to be very careful. But Laos says that I'm gonna show you mercy. I'm not gonna go for another one.
Oh, a gift from the tempest.
But yeah, that was pure skill coming out from Young PH there with the jump. I've never seen something like that, to be honest. Oh, BB. Oh, Zoran didn't quite get the range to stun. Actually, I think he did, but he didn't launch the stun. So Ember should be able to get out, and now they are going on the Lion. They have the. Okay, never mind.
I think at TI we had that happen with Chuyen. He was able to do something very similar, but he actually even got the Aegis. It was one of the best steals I've ever seen in my life.
So Lion is gonna go down. It's gonna be a slow death for him. And it seems like meanwhile mid lane, Perma Split is used, Metamorphosis is used as well. Uh-oh. Ayo, is he gonna get one shot again? Nope, Young PH saved his body there. Disrupted, meanwhile, is getting solo killed by Loon. TB is surviving through his entire static storm before the BKB coming. Jackie boy, Jackie is gonna go down. BB meanwhile very low in terms of mana, but he does have the haste room, not anymore. He's gonna getting punched down by Hal. Does he have that mana to get Renman out? Yes, he does. But Loon, he has Blink Dagger very soon. He's gonna go in. Nicely done with the spear, but they seem like they won't have anything left. Myanmar on the other hand, they still want to chase the long range zip coming out of Young PH. Just go for the Mirana first. A rather easy kill. The Santa on never mind. It's going to bring Lemang very low. Storm Spree, he needs to get out here. He's still baiting. He's still playing with the Ayo heal. Once again, Ayo using the relocate, coming back into the fight instantly, and this is going to result in a successful team fight for Myanmar.
Hello.
Hello.
I had a few hiccups I had to deal with, unfortunately.
Do you catch the epic fight here?
The last thing I saw was the Storms stealing, getting the Roshan kill, but not the Aegis.
Okay, so what happened was Myanmar defended their tower very well with all their spells, and they brought down Jackie once, they brought down him twice, and they also took away the Aegis from Ember Spray as well. So that was like a full victory for Myanmar for what they can get from the Metamorphosis timing. So the net worth list is cut down to 3k right now, and I think Myanmar, once again, they are feeling pretty comfortable here, even though they are not really having the net worth lead.
And it's kind of crazy to see the Terrorblades right there on the top, like the way he's able to use his illusions just to farm all the lanes. So that's something that you feel like Jackboy at this point, he kind of wants to just be fighting, but Terrorblade, he's able to fight and farm thanks to all the images.
Laos, they're making a smoke gang here. They know that they are running on the clock, so they have no choice but to keep fighting. Because when the TB hits the Skadi timing, it's going to be a lot harder. They managed to find Zoran, but well, to be honest, this is just a post 5 that they are smoking for. So I don't think Myanmar is feeling bad for this at all.
I think they're going to try and turn this into a tower kill though. Look at the Wraith King. He's going to be able to like 5-shot the tower. Every hit takes so much out of it. Oh, there we go. Okay, that's 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I was close. You know, 7's the new 5.
I would have guessed 10, so you're surely a lot closer than me.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the average. You know, I say 5, you say 10. We got 7. We're correct.
True, we are both correct. Yeah. No one is wrong. Okay, it doesn't. You know, sometimes being correct is overrated. You know, all we want to do is to be not wrong.
Yeah, and have fun, right?
Yeah.
There's a DD rune on BB. So that's gonna be very dangerous. He's gonna go in straight for the lion.
Oh my god! From downtown.
And he just came back to life. Zaurain going back to heaven right after coming back to Earth.
Yep. Going back to browsing Facebook. I mean, that's the worst you can feel as a position 5, to be honest, because you died, yeah, you tank the smoke, yeah, you're dead for 25 seconds, and then right after that you died again, so There's like back-to-back death. Oh. Jackie Boy, I think
Every
he
time
dodged the spear there.
Every time I see Ayo relocate, he just comes back and dies every time. I feel bad for Skill A. It's like using Ayo is not working out well for him this game because he just dies, he comes back, and he relocates, he comes back and dies every time. But I don't think Myanmar cares. All that matters is that KSH is having a good game of the Terrorblade. I think that he can like do this 1 versus 5.
Yeah. I think everyone can have a bad game as long as the TB is having a good one and hitting his item timing correctly. Because we know from the start, Myanmar is banking on the Terrorblade to carry them. Whatever they can get, the others are like a bonus. But once this Terrorblade comes online with full BKB plus Guardi, I think he's gonna be able to take over the fight. So it really
MKB
depends on whether or not Laos can burst him down, I think.
MKB coming out on the Wraith King, again, just like that gives you the extra burst damage. Because we saw him jump on the line and he didn't one-shot him. He actually only did 80% of his life in damage. So Jackboy's like, no, I want more burst damage. So he's going to go for the MKB. Hopefully, hoping it procs when he jumps on someone.
Yeah, I think MKB is one of the best items you can get if you are looking for raw damage. It gives you so much, like magical damage, and also attack speed as well. And the components are good too. Like the components really helps you with farming.
A bit. I also wonder if the KSH took the evasion talent. I think at level 10 you get like 16% evasion. Can we check out the Terrorblade talents just to make sure? Because that might be another factor for him. Sorry, we're gonna be in suspense. You know, we're gonna keep guessing about it.
Oh man, that was unfortunate. Zoran blinks in at the moment. Oh wait! Luan is going in with the big spear on Jackie Boys. And here comes the Terrorblade. This is the full force of Terrorblade. He's gonna bring down him first. But BB is already eliminating 2 supports coming out from Myanmar. Can they time this arrow perfectly? No, they don't. And here comes the Static Storm on Young Pierce. Young Pierce doesn't have anything to get out from this perfect Static Storm on 2 cores. TB has nothing to do but to TP out here. Big win coming out from Laos. So what a Static Storm. And this is why we say supports wins you game.
Like the way that Ember Spirit, he just jumped on both supports, taking them out immediately, and like that was incredible. I thought Loon was a bit overconfidence, jumping in like that, hoping he can get the kill on, get a kill on anyone. KSH versus the world. He's holding the base. I don't think they're going to be able to go. Like everyone should be able to come out and defend.
Yeah, this is getting a lot more harder than last game. Like last game, he was the PL. It was PL against the world as well. But now with the TB, it's slightly harder, knowing the Laos this time they have 10k gold lead on their side. And also, just look at how strong Wraith King and Ember both are. They have the ability to just instantly remove the supports from the get-go, and there is any defensive items coming out from Lion or Ayo at all.
And it's gonna be hard. Like if they jump on the Wraith King in the previous fight. I thought that was the biggest issue they had. They jump and they get a spear, and they do lose Zarain again, but they might be able to get something evil. Now Myanmar is gonna be fine, and they do lose Young PH. Is he okay? He is gonna be alright for now. He does use the BKB and he should be able to teleport out safely. But
was Skill A though?
I don't think.
No,
Not as lucky. But yeah, that's the thing about the Jackboy. They actually caught him, and they brought him down once. But it doesn't matter because he's a Wraith King, and that's one of the best things about the heroes. 2 lives. You jump and you throw everything on him. He comes back. Suddenly you don't have any spells, and he's got a BKB.
And now he's gonna have another life for himself or maybe for BB. So the team fight is gonna be so hard for Myanmar. They don't have the control of their team fight anymore. It will be Laos having the full control whether they want to finish you off. I think it's just a matter of how they going to win the team fight now. It's not so much of can they win the team fight, but how.
I'm glad they gave it the ages to the Ember Spirit. I think 3 lives on the Wraith King is too much. Like if you die twice, you're dying a 3rd time. You're never going to die just 2 times, and that's it. You're gonna die a 3rd as well. But BB, if they catch him with the Hex, He's gonna have another life. Like, and they bring him down, it's fine. He won't care. He has a second life. So, I think that Laos might be trying to get high grounded with this Aegis.
Yeah, I mean with this Aegis on Ember Street, he's gonna be able to do so much chaos in a team fight. Like we already see how quickly he eliminated the supports in the last fight. Oh, they're jumping Aikido here. Oh my god, that was an arena used just for the Mirana. Loon, he has got the need to run away, and he will, but that is a lot of investment just for a position for Mirana. And now that if Laos wants to go high ground, they won't have the arena for the high ground defense anymore. But it seems like Laos, they will get back.
I think it seems like they're gonna be fine with that. Myanmar, they're okay. You know, yes, they use the arena, but they got a more if you look at Miran, she's the most valuable support you can get. And Lion's barely got half her net worth. So arenas, you don't want to use it if you can, but it's fine as long as you got yourself a kill, even if it's on the position for Mirana. And arena's cooldown is not that high actually.
Yeah, surprisingly actually.
Right?
Well,
it's one of those spells you think it's very high, and then you think, oh, it's just like what? 100, like, no, it's not 100 seconds, it's even less than that. It's like 90, 75, 60, I think.
Okay, so seems like Myanmar, they are getting out of their base, so they are not getting completely choked out.
Oh, Disruptor.
Disruptor? Oh, he's getting jumped here. He's gonna fall. Very good job for Myanmar to protect their vision, but here comes the Amos Raid. Do they even have enough damage? Oh, the IO is saving the Lion. They are going for Aikido once again. Here comes the Metamorphosis of KSH. Oh, the 2-man setting Storm once again. But BKB activated for Storm. They are going and Disruptor instantly, so that's a dive back. KSH is trying his best to man fight Jackie Boys. He has the stun coming out from Lion. And it seems like Jack Boys is gonna fall for another time, but where is the help coming out from Myanmar? That's the relocate save coming out from IO. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. IO is gonna die, of course. No save available, and that is going to be a rampage for BB. BB wants to go for more. BB is definitely feeling it right now.
And that's, by the way, that's like 3 diebacks. Everyone who bought back in that fight lost their lives. All the supports except Mirana. And I know he says it's not that bad, but I feel like Myanmar is really suffering because of it.
And the worst thing about Myanmar is that if you don't have your Metamorphosis, like you don't really do anything with all your net worth on the Terror Blade. So this is actually Laos pushing with somewhere like a 39k gold lead, because you don't see the Terror Blade in the map at all.
This is like, the creeps are gonna show up right about now. That backdoor protection by Young PH, he jumped out just to kill some creeps and really help the team out. But they do get the racks in the end, and the Laos advantage continues to grow and grow and grow. Oh, by the way, I was watching a stream the other day about one of my friends talking about Guardian Greaves and why it's a good item. Do you know that?
Yeah, it definitely rings a bell. Oh, hold on. Zorin is like, I'm gonna go down, guys, help. Use Scepter on Ember Street. Oh, he's just gonna make this. They're just gonna shame on Myanmar right now. He's still not dying. BB, he's still surviving. How? He's getting out, but Terrorblade is not doing as much damage as he should. My fight is so messy. What am I seeing here? The 2 supports from Myanmar is already down, but Jackie Boy, he is down. How? I have so many hows in this team fight. BB seems like he's gonna fall too. Loon and KSH, they are looking very strong. There's still the Sunder available on Terrorblade, but they are kiting this very well. They are not giving him any Sunder target, and he will fall. What an execution coming out from Laos. Rift King buys back TPs to the outpost, and he is back into the fight. It seems that they want to end the game right here, right now, not giving any room to breathe for Myanmar here. Okay, Ember Spirit. 1 versus 1 with the Lion. The Lion doesn't even want to attempt. Okay, now they use the Finger of Death from him. He's gonna die, but it seems like Mars is gonna go down as well. Lion, run! Lion. Nope, not running. Okay, that was a lot of damage. Do you want to go back to the Guardian Greaves right now? Does it even matter?
Radiant's middle tower.
But anyway, I guess Guardian Greaves, it gives you a passive that whenever your teammates falls under a certain HP, I forgot what's the percentage, but basically when your teammates are low, you give them extra HP and also armor. So it really helps against heroes that offers a lot of DPS damage. So Akito with the Guardian Greaves really matching the survivability and sustainability that the IO provides. The string chain into the arrow, perfectly done. Refresher of pops by the Ember Spray, and the Ember Spray has extra remnant right now. Is he gonna fall? Can they at least kill BB before the game ends? Seems like they can. There's no buyback from BB. Oh, they are not giving up just yet. Myanmar, they are not calling GG just yet. They still want to fight. One last fight with the Metamorphosis. Jumping on Jackie Boys. Note to you, Jackie Boys does not have any buyback. Here comes BB though. He buys back, travels to the random, and he is starting to clean up right now. The throne is falling to Jackie Boy as well, and Jackie is going to finish this game off. And congratulations for Laos for equalizing the series and forcing this series to a game 3. A very explosive performance coming out from Laos. And I can just say that I am very impressed by how BB is playing. 30 total kills for the man Lucifer Morningstars, also known as BB, of course. Amazing Ember Spirit performance. I guess this is just what you can get, right? When you are matched with such a good synergy of a draft, where you have the Disruptor, where you have Arrow as well coming out from Akito. It just makes the entire game so easy for Laos. What do you think, Otomo? Okay, it seems that Otomo is having a little bit of trouble with these connections, so we are going to come back with third game. So stay tuned with us because we are going back to a BO1 to find out who is the third place finisher here and walking away with 4,500 USD. Stay tuned. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to the Southeast Asia Esports Federation Dota2 Championship 2021. The third place match between Laos and Myanmar. We are going into the third match, so it was a pretty back and forth series. A lot of actions, a lot of excitement coming out from both teams. But one last game will decide who will be the third place and be walking away with 4,500 USD, which is a huge lot for these two games. The draft is up, so let's jump into the draft right now. Okay, so we are in the drafting phase right now, and it seems like Myanmar going back to the Mars third time in a row, and it's a first pick Mars again. So Myanmar, you can tell that they are really liking this hero a lot. Laos has been banning the same thing all over again. Myanmar banned out the two best Jackie heroes. They really know who is the MVP here coming from Laos, even though I do think that BB had a fantastic time in the second game with the Ember Spirit with 30 kills. Can you guys believe that? 30 kills. We don't see that very often in competitive Dota, but yeah, that is how monstrous BB was in the last game. Ooh, Laos changing things up here with the Weaver first pick. Very flexible hero, can be position 2, can be carry, can be position 4 or 5. There's a lot of flexibility. If he does turn out to be a position 4 or 5, and when the Aghanim is up, that could be a very good counter against the Mars. Because what a Mars wants to do is to start a fight with the arena and finish the fight there. So if you don't get to burst anyone down and the guy gets saved by the Aghanim's time lapse, that would be a big trouble for Myanmar. And Laos once again going back to the Disruptor. It worked well for them in the last game. And this game, it seems like they just want to continuously be playing aggressive on Laos. But Laos, they didn't go back to their Mirana draft though. So we'll see. Weaver and Disruptor, not much stable stun coming out from this duo. Whereas for Laos, as for Myanmar, they once again round up the first phase pick with Lion. So you have this Mars plus Lion lane once again. A lot of burst damage, very reliable disables as well.
5 seconds remaining.
But the thing is, these two heroes, they are very reliant on their blink daggers. So before they get their blink dagger, it's gonna be a little bit tough for them to really utilize their initiation ability. So that's a timing that Myanmar has to go through. And Laos, look at the heroes. They don't really need too much levels to play Disruptor, fantastic laner. And once you get level 5 with the level 3 on Glimpse, you are able to walk around the map to create a lot of kills. And the same for Weaver as well. Weaver is a hero that basically don't have any cooldowns at all because the cooldowns are so short. So I will assume that Laos, once again, they want to be the aggressor in this series.
Dire team ban.
Mind you guys, this is last game in this game 3, best of 3 series.
Radiant team
So this is where a best of 3 turns into a best of 1. And it's time for both teams to pick their best, and you can really tell that Mars is definitely what Yangon Galacticos are most confident with.
10 seconds remaining. 5
I'm surprised that Myanmar banned out the Puck, knowing that they have Lion already. But I guess they are just respecting how good of a form BB is having right now. Because a good, I believe you guys always know, a good Puck doesn't afraid of the Lion, because you can always kill the Lion before he can do anything to you. Myanmar continues to ban out the Lifestealer and the TA2. Whereas Laos banned out the Bane once again, like 3 times in a row. They banned out the Bane at the first ban of the second phase. So I think they really respect this Bane coming out from Myanmar, from Zorin. It is also definitely one of the best position 5 in this current meta.
Dire team pick.
They also banned out the Kunkka and the Voice Spirit, and then they're gonna pick up the Ember Spirit. Very, very smart. They see that Myanmar banned out the Puck and TA already. 2 heroes, they are rather good against Ember Spirit. So they banned out the Kunkka and Voice Spirit themselves and instantly picking the Ember Spirit, daring Myanmar to pick the Storm once again. And we'll see if Myanmar will take up the challenge here or go for something else. Because Laos, even if
5
Myanmar picks
seconds
the
remaining.
from Laos, even if Myanmar picks the Storm Spirit, they are not so afraid because they have the Disruptor plus Ember Spirit as a soft counter. So it's not going to be as easy for Young PH to pull out the Storm. You can already tell by last game, they did a very fantastic job for shutting down the Storm Spirit with the Ember plus Disruptor. Myanmar taking their time to think about how they want to respond to this Ember Spirit
Radiant
pick.
team pick.
They go with the Earth Spirit, one of skill-laced best heroes. So it seems like we are going to have Lion on the position 5. What are they taking with this Earth Spirit? Normally, you will want to pair Earth Spirit with a very strong mid laner, something that can harass the enemy mid lane a lot, so the Earth Spirit can always come in and then you can have a good chance of killing him. So I'm looking at
5
something
seconds remaining.
like a Lina, Queen of Pain, or maybe even the Shadow Fiend, to be honest. These are all very good heroes against the Ember Spirit. But personally, I would like the Lina the most here, because Lina is still in the pool for now. Let's see what Myanmar would like to do. Most likely, they will be picking a mid hero here since they have already seen the matchup. It's gonna be the Ember Spirit. It's just a matter of what Young PH wants to pick for himself here. And also note to you, I think I'm not sure about this, but I'm not sure if Myanmar has a coach. If they don't, this will mean that Young PH is drafting, and we don't really see a mid player drafting most of the time. So he will still go back to the Swan Spirit, but this time he has the Earth Spirit's help to punish the Ember Spirit. So it's not going to be so direct for Laos, especially when it comes to team fight, because of the AoE silence that Earth Spirit can provide. I think that is a very, very good response coming from Team Myanmar. Laos, at the meanwhile, they can choose to pick a carry here, or they can go for the off lane. They don't see the matchup just yet though. However, Laos, they do see the off lane, who are going to be Mars plus Lion. So very likely Laos is going to pick the Jackie Boy hero here, and they will go for the Spectra, something that Otomo has been saying in this series that he really wished to see. And we got the Spectra for Jack Boys, and you know what? When it comes to the final game, you want to go for the hero that can give you the maximum insurance, and Spectre is definitely one of those heroes. You know that you can always rely on the Spectre to carry you through the late game, or even the early game as well. So Spectre is, with the new Aghanims build that everyone is going for, he's a very strong mid-game hero right now. They are going to ban all the carry that are good against Spectre. They remove the Morphling first, so they take away the Morphling plus Earth Spirit combo that you can potentially have. Let's see what are they removing for the next one. Anything that can buy Silver Age could be a good ban as well. Something like Slug, I would say, could be a good ban here coming out from Laos. Or something like a Ursa too could be good. Ursa could be pretty good for Team Myanmar. Then Myanmar can play a very fast draft, control Roshan, and snowball the game. Because Laos, for their heroes, right, they like to play aggressive. They are amazing when they are playing aggressive, but when they are playing defensively, they are not that amazing. Because, like Otomo said before, Disruptor, good in attacking, terrible at offending. Good at attacking, terrible in defending. So I think that's one way Myanmar can change up the tempo of this game, to go from playing for the mid game to playing the early game, because their heroes are actually really good. A Spirit, Storm, Lion, these heroes are amazing for early game. For Myanmar, they banned out the Doom and also the Brew, so that's why Laos banned out the TB also, because they saw the ban on the Brewmaster. That kind of signals that Myanmar might be thinking the Terror Blade. Let's see what Myanmar would be picking here for their last hero. I would say Phantom Assassin could be pretty good here as well. Like Phantom Assassin is really good in killing the backline supports, especially when Laos have two very squishy one. And also once your PA picks up the shard, you can break the Spectre too. So that is quite a reliable source to deal with the Spectre. But the thing is, Viper is still in the pool. So if you pick the PA here, you might get punished by a Viper. Let's see. So they go for Faceless White. Huh. To be very honest, I'm not so sure if I like this. I love the Dilation. I think Dilation is gonna be a big problem for Weaver, Disruptor, and Ember Spirit. But it feels like Ember Spirit, I feel like with Faceless White would need a lot of farm and item to be able to do damage in the Chronosphere. Because if you look at the other heroes from Myanmar, they don't really do so much damage to the heroes that get caught in the Chronosphere. You absolutely don't want to use Spear, because you can spear the guy out of the Chronosphere. So I think the only reliable damage injection would be a Spirit's ultimate. But then again, that's not some sort of burst damage or anything like that. So it feels like Faceless White is gonna have to really farm a lot of items. And Laos picks up a Sand King for themselves. So this is going to be a Sand King position 3, Weaver 4. Sand King offers a catch for them, which is something that they absolutely need. I like this Laos lineup a lot more, to be honest, if you ask me. I think they have amazing way to burst down the Faceless Void if the Faceless Void is ever caught alone, because with the Horn in, with the extra damage coming out from Spectre W, you are gonna bring down the Faceless Void very easily. There's no save coming in from Myanmar, unless you consider the Earth Spirit roll in and kick to be a save, which is pretty hard to execute. So I think Laos have a pretty clear mindset and gameplay in their mind. They just want to jump on you. Can Myanmar defend themselves from this very aggressive jump though? I would say it's gonna be pretty hard, especially for heroes like Lion and Spirit. They want to be the one jumping. They don't want to be the one that gets jumped. So I would say that Laos have a very scary lineup here for themselves. But if Myanmar manage to farm a lot more than Laos, I think Myanmar heroes, they are pretty good on themselves as well. Even though I don't see Faceless White to be the better carry here than Spectre, but I believe that if Faceless White gets out of control and if he builds correctly, I think that's going to be a pretty strong winning condition for Myanmar as well. So we'll see. Everything comes down to the execution, but execution-wise, it's pretty clear that Laos is gonna have a pretty easy execution. Sinking stun and everything just lines up for you. Whereas for Myanmar, you need to hope that your roll hits, you need to hope that your spear hits, and of course your chronosphere as well. So I'll say that the pressure is definitely on Myanmar side to start the game with. Alright, let's jump into the game right about now. Is there any pauses? Ooh, there's no pauses. Alright. That's a good sign for both our teams already. Both teams are smoking once again. It seems like they are going to the exactly same direction again. They are gonna meet at the top bounty rune spot, I believe. Even though Laos didn't take the long route as they talked before, but it seems like a fight is still gonna happen. I think they want to be fighting actually. They are pretty strong in the level 1. And you can tell that Loon is trying to break some smokes here with his aggressive positioning. 5-man ready around the mid side for Laos. So if there's any fight that's about to happen, they are very ready for that. They also managed to put down a very aggressive observer ward for themselves, though that's going to scout out a lot of the movement coming out from Lion and also a Spirit.
30 seconds to battle.
Okay, both sides are going to play it peacefully and gentlemanly this game, as it seems like they are not looking to contest the bounty rune at all. Spectre and Faceless Void aren't really the level 1 heroes that you want to bring to fights. Their spells are not amazing, unless you are taking the dilation in level 1, which is not something that is very optimal. Okay, so both sides have bounty rune for themselves, perfectly balanced. Akido trying to bring down Hao for a little bit here, forces the time walk to be used. Now he's gonna damage him with a little bit of extra damage. And Weaver is already starting with the Ring of Protection, and I like it. It's a pretty good item against the Lion. So Lion is already a hero that has very low right click damage. With this Ring of Protection, extra 2 armor, that's gonna help a lot. Once again, it's the Storm Spirit versus the Ember Spirit. So let's see who is gonna have a better time this time. BB, if you guys didn't catch the game too, BB had 30 kills in the last game. And that is something that I've never seen before in my casting career. So I would like to see how explosive BB can be as well in this game, because it does look like a pretty good Ember Spirit game. A Spirit is already putting waves away from the safe lane of Laos. This will give him free level 2, which is very important, because that's gonna help him pressure the mid lane a lot more. That's why they picked the Spirit to counter the Ember Spirit. And bottom lane, Faces were actually started with Aura of Venom. This is not something that we still see very often. A lot of the carry heroes, they now just starts with a lot of stats and regen. And for him to go with All Venom, you can tell that he really wants to be playing aggressively in this lane. So let's see what's the outcome here. He's not scaling up the dilation or time lock just yet. I would say Senki is rather tanky though for him to bring down. So it's gonna be tight, I believe. Level 2 on a Spirit right now, so you can expect a Spirit to make some rotations very soon, and right about now he will go in, pushes BB back, Electric Vortex on BB, and finally they get to punish. And Skillay actually kind of took that kill away from Summer Spirit. I think Summer Spirit would really love to have it. But that was a bit unfortunate, but kill is kill, so I don't think he's gonna be upset about it. And you can tell Storm Spirit is already playing very well compared to the Ember Spirit. 16 last hit to 9 last hits. Once again, Laos have this very deep observable ward for them to snipe some careers. So it seems that sniping careers, that whenever Laos has this hero that can snipe career, be it Weaver or Mirana, they'll always have that very deep observable ward to help them do it. Top lane, I think Spectre is going to have a pretty good time. I think Spectre against Mars is one of the very classic matchup by now. A lot of people like picking Spectre into Mars because Mars is a very aggressive hero on lane in terms of harassing. And Spectre is one of the tankiest. He doesn't care about your harassment at all, so it makes Spectre a very potent hero to go up against the Mars.
Hi.
Hi, welcome back.
You're talking about potent harass. It looks like you're gonna have to prove it right now because they're just gonna go on Skillay, and it looks like Skillay should be dead actually. Well, just a couple more hits and they get it. Nice work for Naylor. And guess what? Finally, my internet's fixed at home.
Nice, you are back, Mr. Otomo.
Thank you so much, and incredible work. You know, you handled all of this by yourself. That's crazy.
Yeah, I have to push to my limits, man. I'm glad you are back now. Glad to have you back.
So it's 1-1, and what do you think of this? What do you think of both teams' drafts?
I think it's a lot balanced than the last game, but I'll slightly favor Laos a little bit because I think that they just have a lot easier level of execution compared to Myanmar. I think Myanmar, for them, they really need everything to align for them. So yeah, I'll go with Laos. What about you?
Looks like Lion's suffering a little bit, but it's like there's so much action, you rarely have a chance to finish your thoughts. I agree with you. I think Laos's execution is a lot easier because you don't really need to have any setup for anything else. Whereas you look at Myanmar, it's like, yeah, the Chronosphere doesn't really, there's no combos with it. Same thing with the Mars Arena. But speaking of Mars and his arena, they're gonna go for Naylor. Naylor, I think he's gonna be able to make it out there. Nice connect field keeps him alive. And look like Jack Boys, he's doing a bit of damage himself, but Loon and Naylor both make it out with just a sliver of HP. Although Naylor showing himself, glimpses him back, and he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, that was really tight. Skillay is still going for it. He's still going for it. Oh, he get the thing, the kick, but he's not gonna get another one.
You can tell both of us are not Jirax. We call it the kick, the punch, the pull. Like,
true. You can tell that I have 0 games on a Spirit.
I think he's got like what, Boulder Smash, Geomagnetic Pull, Rolling Boulder. Hey, we know the names.
Yeah, I mean I'm more of a basketballer, not so much of a footballer, so bear with me, guys. Yeah, I'm better when Marcy comes in, because she has the rebound thing. Yeah. But until then, I guess I'm gonna be pretty suckers. But anyway, looking like a pretty stagnant game actually. Like just 2 kills happening across the map in 6 minute time. Is this something that you expect in a Southeast Asia game?
I mean, actually, I was writing about this, and Young PH is gonna go for BB, and BB might actually, like, he's losing a bit of HP. He does have the remnant available now. He's gonna be fine. Southeast Asia is actually one of the slower regions, and it's gonna be trouble here. Looks like Zaurain has the stun, and Akito is gonna be able to get that ruin. And now Young PH is kind of low on mana, but they're gonna leave. Zaurain gets kicked kind of to safety here. And BB going to go for more double remnant, gets a lot of damage. So he walks into the static remnant, and Akito he's gonna be fine. BB, everyone's low on HP. But Young PH, will he be the first to fall? He's got that Thunder Strike on him, and Akito walks in, gets that with the Shikuchi, and it's going to be another kill. So 2 kills coming out for Laos. Naylor is going to probably lose his life because of this, unless he can jutsu.
No way.
He does. And Skillay is the one, Akito with a triple kill on the position for Weaver.
Otomo, you know what? I can almost hear Skillay screaming in the mic. Can you die already? Can't you finally die? That was the 2nd time. Disruptor just walks away in front of Skillay's eyes. And you can tell that he can almost taste the meat in the plate, and he just drops the plate. Oh, never mind. Young PH actually gets a counter kill on Naylor. He's telling like, Skillay, it's fine, bro, it's fine, I got you.
But Skillay comes out of nowhere, and are they gonna go? BB is low on HP, and they do get the kill. And by the way, this is something that Young PH was having this game. Last game he was losing to the Ember Spirit. This game he's almost double in terms of his last hits.
Yeah, I feel like I'm having a deja vu right now because that was something that happened exactly in the last game. Like BB just got a few kills, and they hang around at the mid lane. Young PH respawn, instantly jeeps in and get the double kill. So that was exactly what happened in the last game as well. And like you say, this game, I think Young PH is doing fantastically against the Ember Spirit in terms of early game. Look at the CS, man, it's almost double, like you say. is incredible. Actually, I have never seen such a big differences in net worth, in CS chart in a while from two mid heroes.
And the thing about Jack Boys, they throw out the arena, he's trying to juke the arrow, but he's not going to be able to, and they're going to jump on him and throwing everything they can. They do get him, he's tanky, but he's not tanky enough.
The two supports are trying to do something here. Alright. Maybe are they getting a little bit ambitious though? The silence coming from Skillay, very well done. And finally Skillay say, you die now. Okay. That's the 1v1 revenge that we are looking for. Skillay is like, third time is the charm. I'm getting you this time. Oh, with the help of the spear, he will get a triple kill. Wow.
I love the spear land on its sideways, but Jack Boy coming up with the haunt, gets the kill on at least Lewin, so that's the fastest way to teleport. You teleport in and you get a kill. So that's not one of the nice things about Spectre, which we talked about. We always say, oh, the global strategy, but finally we see the Spectre actually being picked.
Yeah, there's a free TP strategy there coming out from the Spectre. Wow, look at the net worth, man. 4,100 gold against 3,000, sorry. That's a big difference this time from the matchup of the Storm Spirit versus Ember Spirit. I think this Spirit pick is really brilliant coming out from Myanmar, because they know that they are forced to pick this Storm Spirit because all the better mid heroes are getting banned out. So they top it out with the Spirit, making sure that the Storm Spirit has a better time and Lion dies to BB. That's a pretty
Look at that
easy
line
kill
net worth.
Oh man.
Jack Boy, he's got the call in the arena again, taking the Mars, and as well as taking the Earth Spirit ultimate. He's gonna try to TP away. They actually don't have any stuns, he just makes it out.
Very calmly TP out by Jackie Boys.
That's why he's 12k MMR, right? And what is Jack 12k or is he 11k? I'm not sure, but that's why he's up there, man. That is very impressive. Just teleporting right in front of his enemies like that.
Middle tower is under attack.
However, he doesn't have the Horn to give him the free TP anymore, so it seems like this top lane, someone has to occupy this lane. And Akito says, I will do it. I will come here and get a free goal. Young PH.
Meanwhile, Faceless Void Bomb, he was able to get a kill on the Sand King KSH using the Chronosphere.
So that being said, the Sand King has already completed the Blink Dagger. Fairly nice timing, to be honest, 10.5 minutes. So I think Faceless Void and Storm Spirit needs to be very careful right now. That is the Blink Dagger review into the Setting Storm. Very well done by Laos and especially Nevermind too. Yeah, now that they saw the Blink Dagger, yeah, I think this Storm Spirit has to play a lot more careful for now.
BB, this is the same place he died last game, by the way. He went in a bit too deep, and this is gonna be a repeat, and it might actually be. Oh my God, he really likes that area of the map. You know, he really likes it.
That is so greedy, actually. Like you're just farming under your enemy's tower and also vision. Oh, never mind. He thought about it. Oh wait, okay. This is where you can hear the Mars saying Dota2 in Team Comp. Oh. Here comes the Spirit. The finger is gonna finish up Nailers. Never mind. Charging the epicenter. Here comes KSH with the dilation. Loon is gonna go down to Nevermind. Is Nevermind gonna go for more? Nope. He's getting dilated. So everything is on cooldown. And there will be a position 3 for position 5 in favor of the Laos.
But you have to remember, Myanmar got the finger kill. That's 40 damage. You know, that's equal to a lot, right?
Yep, that's permanent skilling as well.
You know, infinite scaling. You just have to get mid lane though. Young PH, is he? No, he's fine. All right. He's level 10 and BB is level 8. This is such a different story than game 2.
Yeah, I think once again, I think Skillay is really the game changer right here. He's just single-handedly making this Storm Spirit game so well. Oh, KSH is not running away though. Shoved the TPs into his death. And seems like Skillay is here once again with the silence and the slows. Akito getting dilated. He is going to timeless into some bashes into Hex. And he's gonna go down. BB here trying to get down, trying to bring down Faceless and Bill. Now he's trying to go for more. Jackie Boys as well is in the team fight. Can Skillay get out? No, he's getting slowly burned down by BB. BB once more. He's gonna go in. But here comes Young PH. Young PH, does he have enough damage for this? The spear is gonna connect perfectly. And wow, who is actually winning this fight is tough to tell actually.
Myanmar, I think they got 4 kills for 3, and so I think that at least is like the value. You know, they got 4 kills, they lost 3. It's okay, and they were able to use Chronosphere very effectively as well. So I think if you're Myanmar, you'll be happy with that. I mean, not
Yeah,
happy,
so-
but you won.
Yeah. If you're talking
Oh,
about
that's
happy,
out.
I think Storm Spirit is definitely the happiest one. He's reaching, after this fight, he's reaching his okay timing very soon. Very fast move coming out from Myanmar as the TP down, instantly punishing Jackie Boys, and this is why you don't really want to TP down to a lane in vision and stay there for a while. Because this is how a good team is going to punish you. And not to mention, Skillet has already completed the Spirit Wrestler, so that is going to be crucial in bringing down the tanky Spectre or even the Sand King.
Yep, and no one can remove it on Laos side except Weaver if he uses time lapse. That's not really very effective. So this early Spirit Vessel is going to do so much damage. And actually, the Sand King and the Ember are really suffering in terms of net worth. You can see they're barely ahead of the supports.
Yeah, because I think mainly because they are the one that need to control the tempo, and it feels bad if either of them are farming. The game is just very stagnant because 2 of the supports don't do anything on their own. But if you compare to
Yeah.
Myanmar, Mars can be farming and its Skillet can be the one making moves around the core, so Mars is feeling a lot lesser pressure in making something happen. But if you compare to Laos, damn, it feels like Sand King needs to be the one initiating every single fight for them.
Exactly, like Weaver and Disruptor, they're fine. They're good supports. There's nothing wrong with them. But if you look at playmaking potential, like Lion and Earth Spirit give you a bit more than that, more of that. And there you go, that
Oh, here
playmaking
comes
potential. That's what we're talking about right there. Like those two, they can do that, but you can't see the Weaver and Disruptor do that to an enemy support.
Exactly, and well, I say this in the drafting phase, Skillet on his Earth Spirit, this is one of his best hero. And I'm just glad that they are bringing their best hero in the Game 3 elimination match. I should say, deciding match. Oh, here comes Nevermind onto the Storm. Storm will die. I'm not sure what Storm is thinking about that. Oh, glimpse back coming out from Disruptor. Skillet is like, man, can someone get rid of this Disruptor? Perfect.
Chrono is
spear into
available
the
if you want
wall.
to use it.
Alright. DP get a little bit over aggressive there, and that is a good punishment
Radiant's
actually.
bottom tower is under attack.
That Myanmar was baiting them. That's why they lost Young PH. They say let's bait and see what we can do. So it's all according to the Myanmar plan.
All according to Kikaku from Myanmar.
Dire's
Okay.
middle tower is under
Alright,
attack.
they are pushing the tower right now. It's gonna be a lot easier than the past minute because they have a catapult right now. But Myanmar is like they are building themselves a team fight draft. They are not exactly good in pushing towers. So this 15 this catapult timing is really crucial for them. They are jumping again. The Brute is gonna stop. He died exactly at the spot of the Swan Spirit. Is that a coincidence?
But they do lose
Someone?
but they lose Jackboy in another place as well. It looks like
wait,
Izawa
what?
is gonna fall.
Okay. So that's a
They
2
still
for
got-
2.
They still got the mid tower though, so that's something. You still got the mid tower and you killed Jackboy. So I think that like it comes out as even overall.
Oh, they didn't quite land their spells, and now they're going for more. Young PH really utilizing the elusiveness of himself, and of course, the Orchid too. Oh, here comes Loon. He's really want to protect his Storm Spirit once we get games back. Akido dropping the Spirit Wrestle on him. Steady Storm was on Storm Spirit as well. Loon needs to get out here, but Skillet says, nah, we are going to fight this. We are fighting this with our warriors. He's going in. BB! Oh my god, he dodged that! What a dramatic way of dying, man.
I love that Loot used the arena. He was like, I know he'll bump into it on the way out. That is impressive. Akido just hiding for his life, and no, Skillet knows. He doesn't care. Gets the spear, gets the rolling boulder, gets the earth spike, and they get Akido at the end. My God, this is quite a game. This is a treat to watch.
For sure, man. Skillet is single-handedly just making this game a lot more entertaining than the previous two ones. This guy is just hitting all his rolling boulders and just creating kills out of nowhere. And I can tell you that he is really single-handedly making Laos 2 supports looking very bad. But of course, I'm not saying they're bad players, but their heroes are
They
just
look bad
way
in this
worse
game.
compared to a Spirit.
Like in this game, because he's playing so well, everyone else just looks worse. You know, it's like
Exactly.
because no one else is playing on that level.
Like this is exactly
But
like
Smoke-
you in the pub games, like you are just manhandling all those kids in pubs.
Uh,
Are you
Not
not
for
gonna
a
agree
while.
with me? Okay, never mind.
No, I'm not gonna agree because I've been losing. Like I just lost so much recently, but this smoke is broken. Never mind. He knows that someone's nearby because he broke the smoke. They do have the Spectre Haunt if they need to use it though.
They don't have much vision though. This observer is good, but they are not seeing anyone just yet. And
It's
it is
just
actually
in range of sentry.
yeah, it's in range of sentry.
Stupendous.
But meanwhile, now the Myanmar side is using smoke. So like, all right, we're gonna find someone. But Vasis White is not smoked up and he's not with them. And unlike Spectre, he can't press R to join the fight. They're just gonna jump forward here. They catch two people. They catch. They're gonna bring down the Spectre. Jackie, though, he's got a lot of HP. He's still alive. That's a tanky person jump on. Great stag storm on two people. They get the Luna as well as Zhao as Skille. Sorry, you know, like KSH, he's here, but he doesn't want to use a Chronosphere just for a Weaver, so he's kind of saving it. They lose, looks like they're going to lose Young PH as well. They lose everyone except for KSH. KSH, he's alive, he's in the air, he's stunned. Is he going to stay alive? Maybe not, and he's going to fall as well. Jackboy dies, but costs them all of Myanmar's side to get him.
This fight actually went so well from Myanmar at the beginning to so bad actually. Because I think the main problem is that Faceless has been holding his Chronosphere for the entire fight. I think he somehow misused his Mask of Madness. That's why he was silenced all the time by himself, and he didn't have the opportunity or actually the ability to use Chronosphere because of Mask of Madness. I think it was the perfect initiation coming out from Myanmar. They brought down Jackie first, but they just didn't have what it takes to finish the fight off.
That's the problem with jumping on Jackie though, is because he's so tanky. He's got max dispersion, he's got agony, he's got the pupil's gift, which gives him like 280 HP, or is it 260, something like that. It's like 14 or 13 stats to strength. Like you're not killing him fast, no matter what you do. So I feel like they're just jumping on Jackboy was too risky for them.
Yeah, and it's not like now that Jackie has the agonies, it's not like you have a big advantage after killing him, right? Because he always has the shadow step that can join his team fight anytime. So I think this is really the biggest strength of the Spectre in this new patch, because people start to know how strong the power of the agonies is and how short of the window you are getting from these agonies for Spectre. So I think what Laos is gonna do next is just gonna keep on fighting Myanmar and really make use of the shadow step coming up from the Spectre.
I feel like the same way about Spectre's Agonyms as I do towards Terrorblade, where you get that 10-second metamorphosis, and it just gives you like that ability to engage in fights without committing too much. You know, like with Haunt is a long cooldown spell, so you don't want to use it every fight, but with the Agonyms, you're like, oh, you know, it's like 70 seconds, I can just Haunt to one person and start a fight. It's so useful. It's like the same way with the Terrorblade meta.
Exactly, and I love that Laos, they have all the heroes that can enable that to happen as well. Because when you have a Spectre with the Shadow Step, you want hero that can initiate on the enemy, you want hero that can catch. They have Ember Spirit, they have Sand King, amazing on that. It seems like Skill A, he's about to run into danger here. He get roots, can he get out? He gets silenced too. Everything is dropped on Skill A. They know that this is the most important guy to bring down from Myanmar side. And with Skill A down, I don't think Myanmar want to take any fights at all.
BB went for the Yule Scepter this game because he saw that Young PH was going to go for Orchid, so he didn't want to be counted by that. And you know, like at the point, it was like, ah, man, well, you know, he's behind. The Orchid timing came out a bit, quite a bit early, but it's like now he's got the Yules, he's got the Maelstrom, and it feels like Young PH just lost a lot of steam because of that. He can't really kill BB anymore, not in the same way at least.
Oh, looks like they want to go for more here. Zorin is gonna scout them out. Here comes the long jump. Remember, Young PH, oh, the 4 stuff into Static Storm, but Young PH with the quick fingers dodged that completely. Young PH still jumps. He still jumped in though. He's running out of mana already. Do they want to go for it? The Gleam's back. Can he use the ball lightning dodge?
Whoa.
Yes, dodged the stun. Very good play. BB is running in. He get caught by the Chronosphere, but where is the damage? This is the... Okay, here comes the damage. They have everything that they need. Nevermind is gonna be the next one wanted by Myanmar. He's gonna blink out. But he's not stopping yet. Disruptor getting pinned to the tree, and that will be 3 for nothing. What a fight. Skule is going for more. What a beast, man. Skule is really feeling it this game. He get used though. Can he still bring down Nevermind? Nevermind is getting haunted by the Spirit Vessel. He can't blink out. Here comes Jackie Boy's counter initiation. Do you guys get a little bit too over aggressive? Seems like they are. Skillai, he need to TP out. He's getting caught by the swarm. The bugs are following him.
Is under attack.
Another mistime coming out from Nevermind, but it doesn't really matter. Skillai will still go down.
I mean, at the end of the day, Skillay, he's great against the enemy, but sometimes he's good against his allies as well at baiting them into a bad situation. Because you can see Loon was like, "Oh, I got your back, bro. I'll come and help you," and they both lose their lives. It looks good when he gets those kills, but when he messes up like that, it's very costly.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you really want to control how aggressive you want to be.
Radiant are
And also,
scanning.
Ember Spirit, he has already queued up the what do you call that? Eon Disc, yep, Eon Disc. So he knows that BKB is not gonna help him because he's facing Chrono. The only thing that can help him is the Eon Disc. So at least he can get to survive for the extra 3 to 4 seconds, and then maybe he can save himself for with the use as well. So I like that decision a lot coming out from BB. But the thing is though, it's still a very even match. I don't think both sides has any age of advantage. It really comes down to how they take team fights.
Yeah, but taking that mid tower would also be pretty helpful for Laos because they are kind of behind on map control. They've only taken one tower, whereas Myanmar's taken 2, especially that mid one, which is very crucial for them. You know, Roshan control, the Ruin control just gives you all the entrance to either both sides of the forest. So, and Radiant side, they know this. Meanwhile, they're like, we want to protect this tower. This is too important to just let go of it.
Yeah, they really need to find a good angle for them because they don't really have any vision at the right side of the map, so they can't tell if Laos have anyone there preparing to defend or counter initiate. But here is where Myanmar wants to take a fight. Chronosphere is up, BKB is up as well. This is the time to go.
And Loon
And this
is not
is the
smoked.
best time to bring down the Ember Spear as well because he doesn't have the Eon Disc just yet.
4 people smoked though, but except for Loon, and Loon's kind of joining them. I think they don't really have vision of the dire triangle on Myanmar's side, so going in there is a bit risky. You can see some creeps in the mid lane. They're like, maybe someone will try and farm those.
Akido? Alright, he's feeling it. He doesn't want to go for the creep, so he should be fine.
How close is Akira to his Aghanims? Because if you can get the time lapse on anyone caught in Chronosphere, that's a big deal. Like you can just save them, maybe even bait them out of get them out of the Chrono itself. So can we look at the Weaver, see what he's got?
I think he should be pretty close right now because he has completed
Right, yeah.
Spirit Vessel for quite a long time ago, and knowing that he has 8k net worth, so should be about to be done or already done. Young Peach on the top lane has BKB. He knows that he can play a little bit more aggressive now, but here comes the setup from Nevermind. Where is the Shadow Step? Here comes the Shadow Step, but not soon enough, Jackie Boy. It feels like he wasn't quite aware of that jump coming out from Nevermind. He was like 1 second late. I think if he went in first, he could actually kill the Swan Stream with the Manta style, and all the Desolate is gonna do enough damage, I think.
It's hard to tell, right? Because like the Storm did pop his BKB almost instantly. He was able to jump. He jumped away with like what, 35% HP. I think he would have been fine either way, to be honest. But who knows, right? It's like one of those things. We're gonna demo this after the match, me and you, right? We'll just open a demo. We'll try and do the same situation.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You are gonna be the Storm. I'm gonna be the
Yeah, fine.
Sand King.
I'll Storm and you try and jump.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
I'll
never
still
mind. He is jumping on skill A, and this time Jackie Boy didn't waste any time at all to go on to skill A. And skill A, man, he has a fantastic early start for the game, but seems like after 32 or 33 minutes ish, he's starting to fall off a bit.
That is one of the problems with Earth Spirit though. All his spells are counted by BKB, and you have to make sure you always like position them properly, and make sure you have all those stone remnants available. So he's not. I feel like he's a hero that doesn't skill amazingly well late game as one of the supports. Not like say a Silencer or a Phoenix. What do you feel about that?
I think there's a obvious time where a spirit is strongest. Obviously, like you say, the pre-BKB, like he's super strong, and also like when he's laning phase, he can do a lot of damage as well to the mid lane. But he's definitely the biggest time where he falls off is definitely when the enemies have BKB. But after the BKBs are down to 6 seconds, suddenly the spirit is strong again. Because the spirit is about to have his BKB around maybe 35 minutes. So I think that's where Skill A can do a lot more damage. But right now, he kind of has to chill for a little bit and accept the fact that he's not going to be as strong.
Yeah, for sure. Lion, by the way, because he's a position 5 Lion, he can't afford to go for that straight up Blink Dagger. He's actually gone for the Glimmer Cape first. Now he's gonna go for Blink Dagger. So yeah, it helps him a little bit stay alive, because especially against all that magic damage coming out from the Sand King, Disruptor. You can dodge a little bit from the Ember Spirit as well. But both teams kind of know that the other one's there. Yeah, there you go.
Lion. This is not a reward that you want to go for, and just look at. Oh, they're trying to give the kill to the Spectre, but Spectre illusion gets instantly cleared out by the Hex.
Radiant's top tower.
I gotta admit, I'm kind of scratching my head about that, because they did have like a sentry in the area. So I find it very interesting that Zaurian was like, guys, watch this. I'm gonna D-ward. Watch me. And then he died like, okay. That was an interesting plan, because you see Sand King, he's right there.
Yeah. Oh, skilly. That's a good initiation, but mind you, Ember Spirit, he has the Eon Disc ready.
He's keeping it disassembled. He's gonna assemble it when he catches the chrono, not before, which is so smart.
Man, the long range poke coming out from Laos is so strong. Like, one biggest thing that I learned from PI is that AOI was always talking about long range poke, because it just gives you so much pressure. Oh! Is this where you want to drop the chrono? Nah. But Young PH is actually the one in a lot of trouble. He pops BKB once again, but this time Jackie Boy, he wait for him to be out of mana, and then he haunt in. So that's a big kill that Laos is getting for themselves, and this might finally give them the opening to bring down this mid tower.
And they still have the Chronosphere, and you can see that KSH, he's ready to throw it out if he can, but that Spectral Dragon, if it hits him, it gives him too much vision, and this mid tower looks like it's probably gonna fall. Laos finally takes it 30 minutes into the game. Now, and that map control is now finally on their side.
Yeah, I'm glad that Laos, they didn't really force to take this mid tower, because they know that their draft is meant to team fight, very similar to Myanmar actually. So whenever if they're forced to push a tower, they will just be running into a very well prepared Myanmar draft and team. So they're not rushing it at all. They are like, alright guys, we are just gonna win some team fights and then we push tower after that.
Another thing I'm lucky that Laos is doing is that they're...
Oops, it seems like we lost Otomo for a while, so Jackie boys pushing the mid lane. I think they are really looking to control Roshan here, because Desolate is one of the best spell in putting down Roshan, especially with the Manta style up. If Laos wants to, they can always initiate a fight, catch someone and turn that into a Roshan, so that is something that Myanmar has to be very careful of.
Here I am.
Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, I was thinking that they already have Aeon Discs on Laos side. One on the Sand King and one on the Ember. And I think that's such a good counter to the Chronosphere. Like, late game, I do feel like Laos is just easier to execute. Oh, here we go. Never mind. Breaks the smoke on two people, flying out and dodges the God's Rebuke, but it looks like his supports won't have the same luck here. The Chronosphere comes out, but it doesn't matter. Ember Spirit's got the Aeon Disc, but they can't bring him down in time. They looks like they will. They do get him as well as the Disruptor. And Akito, he's gonna fall as well. Oh no, it gets split roll around, but it's not enough. He still dies. And so yeah, Laos. I was just praising them, and it looks like they lose 3 people instantly.
Yeah, sadly they are the victim of the caster curse. I still agree with you though. I do think that Laos has a better execution, and Myanmar, they just outplayed them. I guess they were using the Observe Ward very well. Never mind though, he tried to do something fishy here, but Skillly says nope, get away from my Roshan pit. Young PH going in once again. Can they go on? Never mind, here comes the horn. Uh-oh. Never mind, it's gonna go down. He does have the buyback though. But Jackie Boy is actually in the Roshan pit. He's gonna get some. Wait, where did he go?
I think he went back to his original. The one way bottom lane. That's crazy.
It always fascinates me
it's-
that these Spectre players can do something like that, because it really requires a lot of focus, right, for it to pull out something like that.
And I think it was a good play to try and go for the Roshan Aegis Steel, because even if he doesn't get it, it's like you're in a tough spot anyway. But if you get it, it's like you use it, your haunt will be available by the next fight. You might as well try it out. If it works, it's great. If it doesn't work, you don't actually lose anything by doing that. So it's impressive that he tried it. Even if it failed, it's still very impressive.
Yep. And also he knows that there's no crossfire to punish him as well, so that's why he can pull something out like that. Oh, Skill A, he really wants to punish the fact that Laos is outnumbered. And then, oh, look at Ember Spirit, he got hexed instantly. This is there to protect him, but he gets stunned once again, but the status resistance is protecting him once again. He's getting in and out, dancing on Myanmar. Is he able to get out? The BKB is out from Skill A. Faces White needs to be very careful here. No one is actually hitting the spells, so it's looking completely awkward right now for both sides. And it seems like Earthspirit will be the one to fall here. At least he forced out the buyback coming out from Disruptor. The agonies coming out from Earthspirit is also very crucial for Laos round, because it just gives so much chaos in the team fight, and it's hard for the supports of Myanmar to keep up onto him. Whenever you miss a spell on the Ember Spirit, that means that there is one less stun on the other heroes of Laos. So now that the Refresher is completed on the Mars, which is something that we have seen very often right now, like double BKB, double Arena. That could be a game changer for Myanmar here, because all they are needing right now is that they need more magic immunity, which is BKB, and they need more team fight as well. So double Arena definitely give Myanmar that. The point right now is, can Myanmar push the game forward with their Aegis on hand? It seems that they are drawing a line. They want to go to the top jungle. Is there any smokes? Alright, smoke ready. Can they find anyone though? They don't have much vision that they can go for, so they have to blindly try their luck here. And if they run into the Sand King again, the Sand King might break the smoke and blink out, so we'll see. Not finding anyone. The Spectre actually used the Shadow Step onto Loon. And you can really tell just how much damage one illusion can do on the Mars. He actually took like 30% HP from that. Pretty quiet period. This is the calm before the storm, guys. Oh, Loon going in, spearing the Sand King to the wall, but he knows that Sand King has the Eon Disc, so that is just pure poking. Very disciplined coming out from Myanmar. An inexperienced team would have just jumped on the Sand King, but Myanmar, they're like, nah guys, let me just chill. Okay, I said that, and he just whiffed Arena, but I guess it's not so much of a miss. Like, it's not so much of a problem because Arena's CD is pretty fast, and also he has Refresher up as well. Faces White completing Butterfly, which is something that we don't see very often, don't we, guys? Young PH going on Ember Spirit, trying to force the Eon Disc coming out from Ember Spirit is not gonna get forced. Ember Spirit will be able to remnant out. And when Ember Spirit is going for the BKB for himself, he knows that even though he has the Eon Disc, he's still very susceptible against all the disables coming out from Lion and Earth Spirit, and also the Spawn Spirit as well. So Eon Disc used, they are not enough just yet. He still needs the BKB. Oh, Jack Boy is going ham on the Lion. He's gonna instantly kill him solo. Oh, here's everyone throwing spells on the Spectre, but you can tell that they don't want to aim. Okay, now they want to bring down Spectre. Spectre is going to go down, but he's taking so much damage actually. Here comes Hao onto the back line. He wants to buy back our Spectre with the Shadow Step. He is going to kill the Faceless White that has the Aegis, but right now Faceless White doesn't have BKB anymore. Can they save the Faceless White? Can Faceless White get out? Do they have enough damage to burst him down to get Time Walk 1? But Time Walk is not going to save him anymore. Checky Boys is going to bring him down. Skill Lay will be the next one to go back as well. So this turns into a pretty fair fight. Unless Mars dies here, which he will be. So turning into like something like a 3 for 2. But good thing about Myanmar is that they managed to force the buyback coming up from Spectre. So it's not entirely bad for them. And that just to show you how strong the team fight element that Laos has, right? Like you have to take so much to bring down the Spectre. And Spectre, all he has to do is to buyback, press R, gets in the fight. And it's like you never kill him at all. That's the toughest thing that Laos has for Myanmar right now. Spectre is completing his nullifier very soon. He's 500 gold away from it, so no Ghost Sculptor, no Glimmer Cape is going to save you anymore on Myanmar side. It's pretty clear for Jackie Boy that his job this game, his aim for his horn is to just eliminate all the supports with this nullifier. I'm curious why the butterfly on Void, to be honest. Because it feels to me like he's dying more to magical damage than physical damage. But obviously, if you could increase evasion for yourself, it definitely helps against the Spectre. It just to me, it feels like he's not dying to a Spectre so much. BB completed the Refresher Orb. So not going to a BKB anymore, he go for the Refresher Orb instead. And there is a Timeless Relic found by Spectre, which is something that can really amplify the damage of Ember Spirit. Unless they want to put it on the Sand King. Because honestly, the quickening charm is pretty good on Ember Spirit. Smoke.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Lion is gonna be the one sacrificing himself here. Unless Laos doesn't want him. Laos wants to have someone
Radiant are scared.
that is the bigger of a target for sure. Poor Lion, he's just gonna go down like that. I mean, that's gonna be the entire story of Lion for the remaining of the game, I think. Because basically no defensive item is gonna help him when this nullifier is up. Refresher up on Mars. So we have 2 Refresher up from both sides, one on Mars, one on the Ember. Disruptor also completed the biggest item that he can get, the Aghanim's. So no more BKB usage or any item usage, whoever that's getting caught by the Static Storm. And the good thing is, Laos has a very reliable way of initiating fights with the Sand King. This is where Myanmar feels like they have a lot of... it feels like Myanmar has a lot of pressure right now because they are not farming at all. Everyone is staying in their base. They're just trying to push out this wave with the safest way possible. So this also means that Laos is going to be completely taking over their triangle unless Myanmar wants to fight back here. Seems like they want to go for it. Young PH is jumping onto the Disruptor, but Disruptor gets saved actually by the Weaver, but he gets himself into the arena. So a lot of skills are being dropped here just on this position 5 Disruptor, which I wouldn't say is a bad loss, to be honest, because the Disruptor doesn't have a buyback right now. So if Myanmar wants to push this forward, they could. This is going to be a 4 versus 5 for 70 seconds if they want to go for it. Okay, seems like they do want to push for it, but the buyback is already up on Disruptor. 4 versus 5 so far. Storm Spirit is not okay. No one is behind him at all, so that was a very dangerous place to be. Here comes the buyback from Disruptor. Storm Spirit has a buyback as well. I think he's using this to force the buyback from Storm. Line is already down. Here comes BB. BB is posing a lot of threat to the back line. It seems like Mars might be the one going down. He uses his BKB and he's gonna take it out. So that will be a buyback for nothing actually. Good retreat coming out from Myanmar. Still a very 50-50 game between the two of them. But it seems like with these 2 deaths, Laos should be able to get control of the Roshan pit for a while now. Unfortunately, Roshan will only be up in 10 seconds. Will Laos spot it up? Will Laos have anyone that stay in the Russian pit? Oh, here comes the shadow step onto skill lane, and skill lane is down. Man, this global presence from Laos is just insane. Like, you can't even let your guard down for even 1 second if you're on Myanmar, because you just get punished. They got Ember Spirit to jump on you, they got Sand King to jump on you. It's just so hard to play around it. And with this, Lao is gonna get the Roshan for free. We said that the game is still very even, but with these Aegis going to the hand of Ember Spirit, or maybe Jackie Boy actually, this doesn't look even anymore. This looks very, very hard now for the side of Myanmar. As we all know, Aegis is the best way to counter the Chronosphere, so I would say that the buyback a couple of minutes ago coming out from Jet Boys is really, really crucial, because without the buyback, they wouldn't be able to have the sequence of event that happened after that, and then if the events didn't happen, they wouldn't have gotten this Roshan kill. Ember Spirit is working his way to the Windbreaker, which I really like, because it is a save for anyone that got caught in the Chronosphere. So that's gonna be a very big surprise factor, I think. Oh, Myanmar, it feels like they want to invite this fight. Refresher Orb is used. I think that was a misclick, but it doesn't matter. Lion is down, Mirror is down, both buybacks. And there is the Chronosphere onto the Eon Disc. Ember Spirit, so this is not gonna be a kill for them unless he perfect bash him. Now Mindstorm Shield goes up, switches to buyback, Lion goes up, Blind buys back as well. Akido is gonna be the next one to fall. Long Zip coming in from Young PH. He wants to go for BB. BB doesn't have the Eon Disc anymore, so he's gonna fall. He's gonna buy back as well, don't he? Just waiting for the buyback, but he's being very patient here. Loon is gonna be the next one to fall to Jackie Boys. And it seems like the fight is going to close to the way of in the favor of Laos. Mars buyback as well. Everyone from Myanmar is buying back. Ember Sweep bought back too. Pure pressure, guys. This is complete pure pressure. Pure faces what goes down. Young PH doesn't have mana anymore. So Young PH is gonna go down for 120 seconds. Loon, he just bought back. Is he gonna die back? Yes, he is. There's no way out for you, my boy. So this buyback fest is not gonna end up well at all for Myanmar. It feels like this is the end. This is just the beginning of the end. And the best thing about this is that Spectre, after everything, after everyone buy back, he is still holding his Aegis. Can you believe that? Jackie Boys, he is still holding his Aegis. He doesn't have anyone to haunt too, though, by the way. That's why BB was like randoming in aggressively so that the Spectre has someone to haunt to. Okay, they don't have anyone to haunt to. You can tell that they are desperate going to. Now they finally does. So skill lay is getting slowed by the nullifier. BKB is not gonna do anything here as Jackie Boy blocked the way of his rolling boulder. So everyone is dead on Myanmar side. Only Faceless is buyback. BB is trying very hard to punch down his tier 3 tower, and he finally does it. Man, 16 kills on this Ember Spirit. Once again, BB just showing how strong and how confident he is on this Ember Spirit. And of course, Jack Boys, he did a very nice job as well with the buyback, with the target selection, the Shadow Step. They're not ending the game just yet because they know that they don't have enough damage, structural damage to end the game before everyone comes online. So they will just take the safer route, take double the rank for themselves, and then slowly close out the game with these Aegis. They still got 1.5 minutes with the Aegis, so let's see what they want to do here. Then it's still like 50 seconds from skill lay. So even if Myanmar wants to defend this last Rex, they are gonna be outnumbered. And that's the biggest thing for them. Zorin started the defense with mana drain first, very smart. taking away the mana from Jackie Boy. Storm zipping all the way back for the Weaver. They know that this Weaver is a big problem for them, so they take him out, and that's a big static storm coming up on both sides. They don't have any follow-up though. Can they burst down the faces? Oh yes, they can. The refresher orb coming up from BB just brings him down. Young PH, they don't find him. The U sector is not gonna find Young PH. That was very lucky for the Storm Spirit.
Barracks are under attack.
So they managed to force the buyback coming across Faces Void. Do they want to continue the push? It seems like they are waiting for Spectre to regen himself here, and they don't even want to push. They managed to force the buyback, and they are happy enough with that. So they are gonna use this time to farm more, to upgrade their items, and then come again with a secondary high ground push. What a fight coming out from both sides. Such a close game, and this is why we play and watch Dota 4, right? We watch for this team fight. They are so exciting, and you really don't know who is gonna win until the end. And obviously right now you can tell that Laos is having a huge advantage, as they have 25k advantage in net worth, and also the buyback advantage too. Basically everyone on Myanmar side doesn't have buyback, I think. And looking at the tier 4 neutral item, I would say, which one is the most important one? So Weaver has the telescope, which is really good. He has Blink Dagger as well, so he can save his teammate from far away. And the Hex on Sand King is very important too. I like the Ember Spirit picks up the what do you call that? The Think that give you more disable time and also more spell damage. That's why he was able to bring down the Ember Spirit from to bring down the Void Spirit Faces Void, from 100 to 0, because I think he dropped like 10 remnants on Faces Void. Poor man, just eating all that to himself. 31k net worth from Spectre. How are you going to bring him down? Which is why I don't know if Faceless Void is the best counter to Spectre, because Spectre is so tanky. And Spectre wouldn't mind tanking the Chronosphere at all because he has the buyback advantage. Which is why I really didn't like this Faceless Void last pick too much, to be honest, from Myanmar. I was thinking maybe they picked it because Faceless Void kind of can build into a Silver Age that can break the Spectre, but he is not going for that either. So the solution coming out from Myanmar for the Spectre is not that clear cut, to be honest. Which to an extent, I would say that they don't have any solution for this Spectre actually. That's why they are struggling so much right now. Long pause coming up from both sides. I wonder if this pause is gonna give me some time to go to the toilet, actually, because I'm really holding it very hard here, guys. You guys can't believe. I'm very excited to see this Wind Waker coming up from Ember Spirit, because me personally, I'm a big fan of Wind Waker. I think the ability to actually save your teammate from something big, right, like a Chronosphere, is actually so game breaking. I remember in Dota 1 maybe, it used to be a time where you can use your teammate, right? I think so. I don't know when was it already, but I don't know if you guys in the chat remember that. But that was some good time. Okay, Arcane Rune for the Storm Spirit, but Storm Spirit is quite far away. Storm Spirit is slowly walking towards the Arcane Rune. This could be a game-breaking rune for them. They are acquiring and conquering the high ground. But no one is farming here, so everyone is spreading the map very perfectly done here on Laos side. Oh, the Shadow Step on the Lion actually. So who is actually ganking who? They made a 4-man smoke, but they are the one that is dying actually. Oh, they forced the BKB from Skillay, so Skillay is gonna go down. So 50 seconds without Lion, without buyback. It seems the Laos will want to take this opportunity to push some towers. Jack Boys, he will be running. He will be running to the Rex right now. But it's such a terrible tower pusher though.
Radiant's top barracks are under attack.
Does Myanmar want to defend this? Feels like they want to. Oh, Young Peach is going all the way to the back line to find this river. And I love that he preemptively used his BKB. Young Peach gets a double kill. Chrono is still available from Hao. Jackie Boy doesn't care at all. He's just using his illusion and himself to push down these towers. Here comes Loon finally, but he is too late. This is mega creep for Laos. They're trying to go on Spectre, but Spectre is so goddamn tanky, guys. Even if you bring him down, if he wants to, he can buy back, but he probably doesn't want to. Never mind though, he's charging the epicenter. He wants to go for more. Wait. Okay. Okay. Faces Void. Very dangerous. Jackie Boy is still holding the buyback. He still doesn't want to buy back, maybe because he doesn't have Shadow Strike anymore. But BB says, I don't need you, Jackie Boy. I can clean this up myself. I am BB. I am the best Ember Spirit from Laos. And he definitely showed us that he is. And that probably will be GG anytime soon. Incredible team fight coming up from both sides. So much team fighting spells and such a treat for everyone. Look at the black hole coming out from Young PH for the one last try. Can he bring anyone down? He's getting stunned, he's getting hacked, he's getting bring down. And this will be the end for Myanmar as it calls GG. And congratulations to Laos for finishing third place in the Southeast Asian Esports Federation Dota2 Championship 2021. And they will be walking away with 4,500 USD. Whereas Myanmar, they will be getting themselves $250 as well, so not that bad. I believe both of them showed a lot of improvement in this entire tournament, and Laos proved to us that they are just slightly better than Myanmar. What a series! What a game! Such back and forth action from both sides. And Tomo, welcome back. Whoopsie. You are getting global silenced here. Alright, it's over now. You're fine, you're back. Lotus yourself and you're back. Oh wait, not yet. So seems like the silencer has a refresher op, so you're getting global silence again. Do you have a double Dota top? I guess you're not, so okay. I guess with this being said, unfortunately Otomo is getting global silence there, so we don't get to hear the thoughts of Otomo. So anyway, this also concludes the end of the third place match. So Laos will be walking away once again with $4,500, where Myanmar $2,500, and this will be the end. And what comes next is very exciting. We will have Philippines basically Polaris against Thailand, which is basically Motivate Trust minus Jackie plus Toy, and that will be the best of 5 grand final for you. I'll see you guys in a bit.